Alrighty. Playing some BG3. Now, why exactly don't I like honor mode? I think there's some things I don't like about it. Oh, and you don't get, like, save files. Who cares? I want to commit. I want to finish the game. I've never finished this game. Actually. So we're gonna play the game fully. We're gonna simply, I mean, we've gotta set some sort of restriction to our gameplay, or otherwise it's gonna be too easy. I'm gonna set my party limit to 2. How about that? I'm gonna set my party limit. No, well, I don't know. Let's just beat the game. I'm gonna actually just beat the game. I mean, this seems, I mean, I don't know. The game's done being given content. And I don't think they're gonna make any changes towards... I have this one thing I don't really like, in regards to, let's watch this intro, by the way. Let me turn up my volume to max. So... we'll go like no restrictions. We'll say like no scrolls of revival. How about that? No scrolls of revival. If someone dies, they're dead. And I don't intend to use scrolls of revival. But you know, I've literally never used the elixirs, but I will use elixirs, okay? I will use elixirs. I will use the crafting system. I will play the game as it sort of intends for me to be played, on its hardest difficulty, and I will just play it. And I expect this to be easy, but I just want to do one pass through of the game. I want to play the game at least once and finish it. We're gonna experience some content blind, so at least hopefully that will add some difficulty to the game. But even with that, I don't think the game's gonna be hard enough for me to lose. But yeah, that's the plan. We're gonna play the game without using revive scrolls. Otherwise, everything's on the table. Ooh, yucky. Everything's on the table. I'm going to use everything the game allows me to use. As for the RP, I don't know. I'm just gonna play the game how I want to. I'm gonna do what I want. How about that? I'm gonna do what I want. And if I lose items for it that I want to have, you know what? Fuck it. So be it. I'll just make do. I'll make do with it. If things happen, if things turn out in a way where I don't get to get items that I want to have, it is what it is, honestly. Whoops. So we'll just play on it. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay. And I sort of want to play as an origin character too. Knowing what I know now about origin characters, who's the best one? I mean, it's Dark Urge. You can make some arguments for some other characters. His own Shadowheart are not really that unique or like good as starting characters because they don't. They have special quest lines that give them items, yes, but you don't need to be playing as them as an origin character to get that. Otherwise, Historian's got his Ascension stuff, if I recall from Wiki Gaming. It's really strong, but that's like you get that in late game apparently when you do a certain. It's not going to be super relevant. Most of the game is in Act 1 and Act 2. When you get to Act 3, that's sort of the victory lap. I mean, who cares what goes on in the early game is the hardest part of this game, honestly. When you don't have as many tools to work with, and you don't have as many tools to work with. He's got his bite though. His bite is quite strong. It gives him like +1 to attack rolls and spell DC. I don't actually recall. And it's really strong, the vampire bite. So just for that, Starion's pretty solid for a melee. This guy is not even that good either. He's essentially just got rapier proficiency on a. He has innate rapier proficiency, but that's about it. Karlach has her coins, of course, soul coins. You can pop those, and then Dark Urge has a bunch of shit. The cloak. You get the Death Stalker mantle. Death Slayer? Death Stalker, I think. But you get that Invis cloak that gives you Invis on kill, which is pretty damn OP. And of course you just get a free transformation. It depends what you're trying to do, obviously, but this guy's probably got the best one. So are we gonna play Dark Urge? Oh, by the way, if you knock out your cat, you get a free telekinesis cast on a ring when you're not supposed to have it that early. That's pretty OP. I'd like to have that, honestly. Telekinesis free cast every, I think it's long rest, or is it short rest? It's long rest, I think. Every long rest get a telekinesis cast. That's pretty OP. Oh yeah. Another one of my rules is no long rests until I get. I'll only long rest per inspiration point, just so I don't have infinite. Per inspiration point, I'm probably gonna have enough still for the game, but I don't want to be in a position where I'm spamming out long rests, right? I don't want to do it literally after every fight. That feels like it's too OP to do that, and it doesn't feel. It feels imbalanced when you're doing that, because it just makes casters way more favored in terms of their power. And obviously, if you can combine the two, then it's strong. There's classes that do that. Classes that have both caster and extra attack on them. Mostly Bard. Bard's OP because of that. Do I want to try a new class, by the way? I do want to try a new subclass. So, fun fact, the Dark Urge is meant to be a multi-class, but since you can't, like, multi-class at level 1, obviously you're not gonna. They couldn't find a way to make that work, but canonically, apparently, he is a White Dragonborn Sorcerer Paladin. Oh yeah, that's another thing, by the way, Sorcerer Paladin. That's another OP combo where you get to leverage, I think, extra attacks and have spell casting. So what's the plan here? What build do I connect with the most? What do I really vibe with? I want to be strong all the time. I don't want to experience any weakness. That probably means I can't go that build I've always been wanting to try out, which is Warlock and Wizard. Abjuration Wizard with the Warlock dip, just to have infinite recharges of your armor stacks. But didn't the Hexblade fix that? The Hexblade made that feel way better now. So maybe I go that. I've always wanted to do that sort of build. My build is just the juice for me. This is a big commitment I'm gonna make here. I'm not. Oh yeah, no respecking. Only long rest on inspiration points. When I'll keep a ledger of it. You know. Excuse me, I'm farting. I should probably just mute my mic when I do that. I really dislike, I want to just be strong all the time. I don't like managing resources too much. But if you want power, that's the sort of thing you need. You need to be able to. That's how the balance of this game works. Anything that has power to it is gonna expend resources. So it's like I want I mean, that's it. Always falls back to Warlock then, because they're meant to be the sort of class that has consistent juice. It's supposed to be like a blend of having some sort of consistent source of power, or it's just have it, have it be renewable or whatever. But then also being able to do some martial stuff, especially ever since they made a Hexblade. Is that what I do then, Hexblade? I also like Rogue. I like Rogue a lot. It just gets so much by putting... You get like 1 or 2, 3 levels, whatever. 4 at that point if you're... because you get a feat. And you just get so much out of Rogue, too. When I was on my first ever save file, not that I ever got that far with it, because I made a new one pretty soon after trying to play with some friends. But Rogue, my highest performing character in the fights were always just Asterion. I put him on the Rogue. And then I gave him Monk, too. Oh, yeah, Monk. Where's Monk? Monk, by the way. Monk is OP. So what really sticks out to me? What's the everything class? What class does everything? What class is OP? I mean, everyone and their mom should get wizard 1 level in wizard just to have. I don't even know if they fixed that, by the way, and I don't even know if I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna allow myself to do it, but I don't think they ever fixed. I don't know if it was a bug necessarily, but you can equip the intelligence crown, which you can get in Act 1. Slot in like 5 spells and just have them all be like, shield, or let me see. Yeah, shield, long strider, I don't know, feather fall. What else? Find familiar. You get so much utility just for dumping 1 level in wizard. And even though you're supposed to have high intelligence to be able to, have as many slots as I do, you don't need to. Just slot in an intelligence crown, mantle of intelligence, or whatever the freaking thing is called, the thing that the ogres have. You kill them. Get that. Put in your 5 spell slots, and you get so much value. And then you don't even have to. You don't even have to like worry again about. It's just so strong, and then you get to, and then yeah, you get. It's just so OP. It's just OP. Someone in the party is going to have to get some sort of... Someone in the party is going to have to get some sort of spell shite stuff. Because Shovel will only... He will only teach you to... Shovel will only teach you to summon him if you do that. Let me look it up. Shovel. So how do you get the ability to scribe? The scroll must not be cast with the a scroll can be transcribed by wizards. Summoning and permanently acquiring. Okay, so the scroll must be cast by a permanent member with any other class or race besides the ones mentioned above. It cannot be sorcerer, storm sorcerer, wild magic, or shadow magic. Excuse me. Okay, so basically non-draconic bloodline sorcerers. So if you're a non-draconic bloodline sorcerer, you will fuck up her dialogue, and then you can't scribe her. Then a warlock, wizard, or sorcerer must be. It must be. Of which it must be, It must be, yeah. Must speak with Shovel after completing the spell is not lost upon respecking. The dialogue tree is answers to guarantee the spell. And then, of course, if you're a wizard, I think there was a trick where you could get 2 of these spells. I think they fixed that. Like you could get a Shovel to teach it to your warlock, wizard, or sorcerer, and then you can get another wizard to scribe it right after. I don't know if that's a thing anymore. Can you cheat out, like, can you cheat in, like, 2 summons of Shovel? Shovel's pretty good. Mostly because you basically have this invisible... Not that it... Well, yeah, it's good. What having Shovel allowed you to do is you could stand Shovel nearby... You could just basically never have them enter combat. And then you can have your Rogue always get... whatever the stealth attack is. You can always have Rogue's stealth... or whatever is it called? Sneak attack? I think it's called sneak attack. You could always activate sneak attack. Because you would always have an ally nearby by using Shovel. Who is, yeah, staying out of combat, just standing next to enemies to proc it. And then... when the opportunity presented itself and it was safe, you would strike with Shovel and then walk out. Re-stealth, go back in. Basically, Shovel, having permanent invis is OP. Like, if I really, really, really wanted to win, it would have to be Dark Urge. It would have to be Dark Urge, going the Dwergar, because Dwergar race is overpowered also. Permanent invis there. And then at this point, I don't know if the class would really matter. Your Dark Urge, your Dwergar, you can kind of do whatever you want at this point, I think. Just because of how OP the Dwergar and Dark Urge combo is. So much stealth. And then if you don't want to use your cloak, I think you're allowed to give it to other people, right? I've always played solo, so we're not going to do that this run. We're going to play with all 4 characters. I was going to say only a party of 2, but let's just try to keep it as vanilla as possible. I will, you know, not allow myself to do things that I don't want to do, like long resting over and over and over, and then respecking. I think respecking is pretty gay. I mean, the mechanic exists there because, you know, the BG3 devs didn't want players restarting an entire run just to get to experience new stuff. So, but I mean, it breaks. It's sort of, if you can respec whenever you want, it breaks the game. You can just become whatever you need to fit the situation, and it's too OP. Of course, that's what having a whole cast of characters is supposed to do for you. You're supposed to have access to a lot of stuff because, you know, there's a bunch of characters with different classes, and as you go throughout the game, you know, getting added to your party. But so I just really have to sit here and think, though. What do I really vibe with? What do I really vibe with? Druid feels nice. I wouldn't have to think much. Wild Shape can use hardly any items, so I wouldn't have to worry about, oh, I want to get this item, I want to get that item. I was sort of the whole point of my no equipment run that I was trying to do earlier. I still have that save file, by the way. I don't know if I will continue it. This is whatever I was trying to do with this run probably goes into this run instead. Yeah. Oh shit! Whoops. Is it Druid? I think it's Druid here. I think it's Druid. I think we run it. Druid, so I don't have to think too much about equipment. I think that's a good idea. Pick Druid. Don't worry about, you know, killing an NPC and then I can't get their equipment. Because, Druid's wild. I'm gonna primarily do Wild Shape, even though you don't necessarily need to do that. You can just do it as a backup HP and you can play a spellcaster. I'm gonna be a primarily Wild Shaping Druid. How about that? Okay? Then I don't have to worry about items and shit too much. Not too much. Okay, is that it then? Monoclass, full Druid, all levels in the Druid. Let me look up Druid on bg3.wiki. See what's up there. They added a new one. Do I want to try that out? It's the new spells. What's it called? Circle of the Stars Druid. Do Do I want to play that? Is the question. Circle of the Stars. You can expend to transform into a starry form. I remember the Archer being pretty solid. It's like D8. You get a bonus action that lets you shoot a, what is it called? Luminous Arrow. Luminous Arrow. 18-meter attack range. That's pretty solid. D8 radiant damage. Pretty premium damage source. Spellcasting modifier gets added. Doing D8 radiant's pretty solid as a bonus action. Then I don't have to worry too much about having a hand crossbow, because honestly, you just run everyone with hand crossbows. Hand crossbows are so OP. I wish they would just let you, and maybe this was never, I don't know. I think they should just let you freely attack using your bonus action, even if you're not dual wielding. Like attack with your fist or something. Or, well, hold on, let me think. No, I was thinking about Monk. I was thinking about in terms of like, yeah, Monk. Because what sometimes you want to do as Monk is you want to be able to punch with your... You want to be able to hold an item and get an effect from it, but you still want to be able to punch with your fists. I feel like the game should allow you to punch with your fist even when you're holding a weapon. Or, I think there's a bug to do it. I think you can still perform it too. Where you can basically keep your main hand weapon open, or you keep using your fist in your main hand, but you have a weapon in your bonus action hand. Because they let you do it on Monk. It's a Monk thing. Like being able to use your bonus action to punch, even when you're holding a weapon. Like the game lets you do this. I mean, you can only. I think you would need to use Monk weapons. But the game lets you punch even with weapons in your hand. I don't know. But basically, always having access to damage in your bonus action is it's something everyone in the game wants to do. And so you kind of just want to have like 8 hand crossbows fitted out on your entire team. Yeah. Down, 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 down. I think what having infinite long rests also allows you to do, and I'm setting that as a rule for myself, is that it allows you to steal. It allows you to pickpocket from shopkeepers like infinitely, and get infinite gold. So you can break the economy that way. That's OP. That's incredibly OP. So you can break the economy by shoplifting. And pickpocketing with a maxed out, stealth character, whatever. Sleight of hand character. And then long rest, and that resets their shop. And then you can and also you can farm for elixirs. You can keep playing. You can keep long resting over and over, and then restocking, and then buying as much of shopkeeper's stuff as you want to stock up on tons of consumables. I know that's what people do with Auntie Ethel before she moves down to the lair. When she's in the grove, they just stock up on millions of elixir of hill giant strength. That also allows them to set their strength to 8, because what they'll do is they'll just always set their strength to max. Or was it 21 with the hill giant potion? They basically build their characters to just always have 8 strength. I think that's dumb. I think investing in strength should matter. And you shouldn't just abuse that system by just chugging elixirs of hill giant strength constantly because you have a endless supply because you spam long rests infinitely. Yeah. People also do hireling recruiting shenanigans to get. Some of them are sort of valid, like having a permanent Shadow Blade or having a permanent Flame Blade. I think that's really cool. I want that Flame Blade to not have a duration. Why did they change the game that way? I feel like Flame Blade Flame Blade should be permanent, man. That's so dumb. The fact that you have to use a bug to get Flame Blade to be permanent is so dumb. It's such a cool weapon to use. I like it, but yeah, you cast it using a bonus action and it lasts fucking 10 seconds, bro. I think if you go to the wiki, which I'm on right now, there's a trick. Yeah, a permanent Flame Blade can be obtained by having a Druid Hireling, such as Danton, cast a spell immediately recalling them and then hiring them again. A Flame Blade created this way loses its technical Flame Blade status, which causes it to revert to a normal melee weapon. But it's still a one-handed. Is it light? I know you can put it in your offhand. The game lets you do that. Scimitar, melee, martial, one-handed. Doesn't it need to be light to go into your offhand? I swear the game lets you do that. But anyways, yeah. It becomes a normal scimitar, and then it doesn't scale when it loses the Flame Blade status. It doesn't scale with your wisdom anymore in terms of the attack chance. The attack chance gets reverted back to being just strength, or yeah, I think it's just strength, or is it dex? I think it's dex too because it's a scimitar, and scimitar goes by dex also, whichever one's higher. Anyways. It's just Druid, is it not? It's just Druid. A bit boring, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna run the Druid. I don't wanna have to think about items. We're doing one simple. This is gonna be a relatively easy run, pass through of the game. Will we go Dwergar? I'm gonna try to like stay in. I'm gonna find any reason to stay inside Wild Shape as much as possible. Funny thing is, even if you do go Druid, you still have a reason to go dip a little bit into what is it? Either Sorcerer or Warlock, and the reason why is because you want to get access to in Wild Shape you want to get access to a pretty strong ability. It's called what is it called? What is it called? It's called Armor of Agathis. So you want to get access to that when you're in Wild Shape. It's way too strong to give up Armor of Agathis. And how do you get it? Warlock or Draconic Bloodline. Also, of course, College of Lore and level 10 Bard for magical secrets. My question is, even if I'm going Wild Shape Druid, I'm going to decide now. I'm trying to decide now. Even if I go Wild Shape Druid, am I really going to go Circle of the Moon? Because you can go Wild Shape Druid and not use Circle of the Moon. That's a thing you can do. You don't have to play Circle of the Moon. It gets access to, let me see, Primal Strike, whatever. Saber-Tooth Tiger, whatever. Or is this good? It's whatever. You're really just playing so you can get like the elemental transformations at level 10. That's why you play Wild Shape Druid, just to get that. Yeah, that's really why you play that. Don't you get Wild Shape extra attacks though? I think that's included in all no matter what subclass you're going. Yeah. And Circle of the Moons takes a while to pay off. Like when am I ever gonna use this Dire Raven Wild Shape? This is Dookie. So like, what do you get over? What new transformations do you get over the other classes? You get Dire Raven and Saber-Tooth Tiger, and then what is this? Primal Strike. It's just such a. I know the main thing you're supposed to do is you get Lunar Mend, but health potions exist, bro. Health potions exist. Also, at some point, you're gonna get, what is it called? At some point, you get a new wild shape, Panther. Panther and Owlbear. These are good. The Panther has this, what is it? It has this ability to heal when in stealth. As long as it's, let me, I know it has a healing thing. Why is it not listing it? I swear Wild Shape Panther has like passive healing. Which one is that? I swear it was the Panther. Prowl Panther. I'm trying to find it on the wiki. Why is it not listed anywhere? I swear the Panther has passive regeneration. Let me load it up actually. Just gonna load this up. This is the farthest I ever got in a run, I think. I did pretty much all the Act 2 shit and I was ready to take on I pretty much did all of Act 2. I never stepped foot into Act 3 actually. Can I load the game please? Okay, there you go. I swear there's a Panther passive. I don't know why it's not listed. I swear. Am I thinking? No, it's the Panther one. Why is it not listed on the wiki though? Is the question. Dun 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 down down down. Was it the Saber-Tooth Tiger? No way, it's not, right? Yeah, it's the Panther. I just don't know why it's not listed. What class am I? Ranger and Rogue. I was probably doing some testing here. Respect me, Withers.
With haste.
Gotta use Enhanced Leap to make this jumping good. Alright, let's talk.
Thy will, or dost thou require a new path?
Ignore the bottom left, guys. Ignore the bottom left. Ignore how this character looks. It looks goofy, I know. I was just trying to make myself look like a troon. I have no idea where I was trying to make it look goofy. I think that's where I was going with this character. I'm trooned out. I don't know. Which of these even matters when you're in wild shape? A lot of stuff doesn't matter when you're in wild shape, or it doesn't even work. I think Tavern Brawler? Yeah, Tavern Brawler, wild shape is... You don't get the extra damage, but I do think you get the extra attack roll. Okay. Let's get the Panther, and then we'll try to stop there. Okay, I swear the Panther... Where's my wild shape? The Panther... has passive regeneration. I know I'm not crazy. Where is this? Where is this? I swear, where is this? This Panther has an ability to heal when it's... Where is it? Just gonna have to test it in a fight. I swear, I'm not crazy. It's missing something. Just gonna start attacking people. Pounce. I'm running a mod, by the way, one that lets me one that lets me see. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, just please deal damage to me. I have extra attack. And I'm not talking Lunar Mend. Okay, let's try to get in range here.
What is your name, true soul? Funny.
Okay, shut up. I'm trying to fight here. You made me lose my extra attack! I hate... This game is so fucked with, like, cutscenes. Like, you'll go inside of a cutscene and then you'll lose your extra attack like that. And now I'm getting opportunity attacked. Okay, that's fine though. I'm trying to, like, die here. Not die, but I'm trying to take damage. Because I think you have to be below a certain amount of HP to start triggering this, this heal over time. I swear this Panther has it though. I know I didn't hallucinate that. And why is it listed nowhere? It's not even listed anywhere, but the Panther has... like passive healing, which is quite nice. Also, the cool thing about being in wild shape is that it allows me to, I suppose, lets me allocate all my points towards, because with your strength, your dex, and your what's it called, endurance, vigor, whatever it's called, those stats are set to whatever the wild shape is. Of course, you should seek to, you know, be a character outside of inside your human form even when you play. You try to stay inside wild shape for most of the time, and you try to, you know, have fun with that. But, you know, you get to max out your... I think it's fine to max out your charisma and wisdom, probably. Alright, I'm gonna have healing here. Watch. Where's my healing? It's gonna proc. I'm pretty sure it's gonna proc here. Hold on. And I really like this. I like this healing over time because it... I like anything that's free healing. That's kind of like a premium, right? Come on, I'm gonna start healing now, right? When am I gonna start healing? Hello? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is the... Which form does that? Is it not... You know, it's the Panther. I swear on ya. I still have 18 HP. Oh, it is Wild Saber. It is Saber-Tooth Tiger. Animalistic Vitality. Affected entity regains hit points of health every round when below 60 HP. It also sees additional move speed. And the description is a freaking lie. It's actually 1d8. It's not 2d8 healing. Which is very unusual. Like, this game is buggy, bro. Like, it's got inaccurate descriptions. It's buggy. And I wish they would fix some stuff still. Now that they're done patching the game, I might even look to seek mods, or maybe do it myself, patching this game. The healing applies outside of combat as well, even outside of turn-based mode. In real time, the healing will be applied every 6 seconds. It is Saber-Tooth Tiger then. It actually was. It's not Panther. Okay, let's level up then. Let's get that Saber-Tooth Tiger. Animalistic Vitality. And you can only get this for being a druid that has... A druid that has, what do you call it? Circle of the Moon, I suppose. See how much spells, see how many spells I have just from, see how many spells I have learned just from, wizard scribing? So much. I used to think Tough was useless, and it still sort of is, for the most part. But on Druid, it's good. Right? Does it apply to the wild shape form? Because what I've always thought is, why go Tough when you can instead go Ability Improvement? And then get 2 points into this. Because this will also increase your hit points by 2 every level, right? I think. Or is it 1 per level? Either way, Tough is not as good, but maybe this applies to the wild shape form. The Sentinel working. The Sentinel working. This would be pretty good if it worked. The Sentinel working wild shape. Sentinel. I think the wiki has an entire page of things that work with wild shape. Wiki, BG3 wiki GG. List of features that work with wild shape. Sentinel fully works for wild shape while which wield weapons, i.e. the Myrmidons. Only the passives work for wild shapes. Only the passives work for wild shapes that do not wield weapons. Passive. Sentinel has an active to it? Wait, what? What is it? What is it talking about? I mean, we'll just check it. Sentinel doesn't have any actives though. Active abilities. It's all passives. Oh, no, it's not. Sentinel Vengeance is not a passive. Which is when an enemy in melee range attacks an ally, you can use a reaction to make a weapon attack against that enemy. Okay. Okay. That's like the biggest part of the feat, so you probably shouldn't run Sentinel if you don't have Myrmidons. Sentinel Stairs, kind of whatever, it's dookie. And then Sentinel Opportunity Advantages, whatever. Sentinel Advantage is pretty juicer. I saw a video about it. It activates. It's one of the other than Action Surge in Honor mode. In Honor mode, Action Surge is like one of the few things that gives you extra attack. Like having an additional source of an attack. It's only Action Surge will give an extra attack, but Sentinel's proc gives an extra attack, which is really OP. Anyways, I want to see how the Saber-Tooth Tiger Animalistic Vitality looks like. What did I pick? Did I pick Tough? I don't know. Whatever. Let's go. I forgot what feat I picked. Okay, let's dismiss. There we go. Saber-Tooth Tiger. Have to be level 8 to get it though. Let's go back in and start attacking people. Shred. This is a tooltip that lies once again. I do believe this is actually like -2 AC. for 2 turns. Oh, hello, scrying thingy. Dun 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 dun. How do you get them prone? Damn, this is a really far jump. Oh. There you go. There's my prone. How do I roll it? It just says 2 turns. Can I get a description here? What type of saving throw has to be rolled here? Yeah, look, I'm gonna do this. Bro, I can't even get in range. Fuck this shit, bro. I should have just ran regularly. I think I would have been able to get over to him. Ouch. So is it tough applying? I think it is applying now, because I have 62 HP. I just want to see how this prone gets rolled. I want to see how this form works. I wish there was a speed up feature in this game. Just to speed up, you know, the enemy's movements. It takes way too long to do shit sometimes. Wait, how did I lose the condition? Oh, taking damage ends the abjure. Oh, that's nice. Thanks for ending it. Where the fuck's he going? Oh yeah, see there, I healed for 4. See, a D8 heal out of combat. Up to 60. You can only heal up to 60 apparently. So let's see if we can even full heal here. Wait, so how is this rolled? I don't want the enemy to die though. I need to get over here. Damn, those guys actually kind of hurt. Fury the Small. Huh. Yeah, Fury the Small. Let me try to prone you here. Okay, you saved. How? It's always 14? Or how is it 14? I don't understand. I should just use the wiki. I guess I should just use the wiki. Is it always 14? Bite. Unlike most wild shape actions, this attack has a fixed DC of 14, which does not scale with the Druid spellcasting modifier. Yeah, it's a fixed 14. Okay then. Fixed 14. Okay. I mean, that's not too good. And yeah, it says it reduces it by 1, but let's see how much it actually reduces it by. It's being reduced by 2. Yeah. Last 2 turns. So you can stack it up to 4, right? You can have a 4 concurrent going. As long as you're hitting all your attacks every turn. Removed by healing. So this doesn't really seem that juicer, but I mean you have out of combat healing, so that's pretty cool. Am I stuck? I just jumped into a position that made me stuck. Ouch. I'm alright. Alright, I'm probably gonna lose wild shape here. Let's play this out until I die. Yeah, combat takes a long time. Damn, how am I dodging these? Am I lucky? I'm getting lucky, I'm pretty sure. There we go. How am I dodging these? A critical 1. Yeah, 3 of their D20. Yeah, I barely dodged that. A 2 of their D20. Critical fail. Yeah, I was getting really lucky there. Damn! I'm prone. How am I living? And we're dead. There we go. And that was like a, since I entered the cutscene, I think that was proper aggro. They're not gonna like put me in jail. So I died there officially. All right. Let's go ahead and start up our game, I guess. I'm gonna go Druid. I'm gonna go Wild Shape, so I don't even have to think about my gear too much. We will dip. We'll do a little dip into Warlock or, well, which one? Either Warlock or we'll think about it. We'll think about it. That's a pretty cool form, I guess, though. We're going Myrmidon build, though. We're going Myrmidon build. I want to try the new Star form, but that's sort of, you're supposed to be in Star form, not. That's like the I like how Wild Shape is just not a very good. It's not. I mean, it works. It's serviceable, but it's not. I don't think it's not strong. Any good item build is, or any good build is going to use items, because items are really OP, and not being able to use like a vast majority of them is really bad. Really bad. I mean, it works. It works, but it's just not. You know, you can still win the game with it, but. I mean, how bad can Wild Shape be? It gets you through the early game. It gives you tons and tons of pulls. It gives you tons and tons of HP for the enemy to have to, churn through. And you play tank. You play tank well. It's really it does its job. It does its job. You get so much HP with Wild Shape. That's sort of its purpose. And even being inside of it constantly and not just using it as a backup, it still works. Even if you do it that way. You simply just have a lot of HP. But yeah, I mean, we should probably be using Symbiotic Entity and Starry Form. Those are better ways to use your Wild Shape charges. You get way more value out of those because you get to stay in human form. The only one that's even, the only Wild Shape that even makes it all worth it is the Elementals, and you get that all the way at level 10. Get that all the way at level 10. But I guess we could just no-brain it. Use our spell slots just to heal, even though health potions exist. I guess whatever. I mean, it's nice on our potion economy, I guess, to use. I mean, and how else can you use spell slots if you're in Wild Shape anyway? So if you do want to dedicate to doing a Wild Shape form build, that Circle of the Moon is all you have if you want to sit in that form all the time. Because yeah, how else are you gonna use your spell slots anyway? You use them basically just to save on HP pots. That's it. That's really it. Because HP pots do the same thing. You're allowed to use HP pots in Wild Shape. I'm pretty sure. The game does let you use consumables. So what are we playing though? Okay, I think we've decided. We're going Circle of the Moon, we're going simple build, classic, yada yada. And we're going to dedicate ourselves to this run, and we're going to play it properly. Okay. I'm going to go to list. I'm going to go to that list of... List of futures that work in Wild Shape on bg3.wiki. Class futures. I need to look at race futures. What race futures work in Wild Shape? Because that's gonna let me decide my race. I'm first of all thinking of Wood Elf or Wood Half Elf for the movement speed. Wait, shortened stride works too. So you probably don't want to be a gnome or like a short character, maybe. Well, I don't know how much does how much does movement speed matter on the wild shapes? Early game. I think the two best wild shapes by far early game are the spider and wolf. You should pretty much never use anything else but spider and wolf. Well, Circle of the Moon does get the bear one, but I don't even think I don't know. I'm not even sure if it's even that if that is even that good. The polar bear. Why is it even a polar bear? That's so weird to me. Why is it not like just a regular like grizzly bear? Yeah, the amount of because of the constant webbing, I think the spider is king. The ability to just constantly enweb without spending spell slots. It's very powerful to enweb constantly, and then the wolf is, you know, for obvious reasons, it does a lot of damage. But I guess if you wanted to tank up, the bear does have 30 hit points, but I mean those hit points are going to go away pretty quickly because it only has 12 armor class. The wolf has 14, which is better, and then the whole point of the wolf is that you're meant to sort of, you know, just do tons of damage and support your allies with that exposing bite. You just do more damage on the wolf, right? If you want to just do straight up damage, you got exposing bite, you've got pack tactics to give you advantage all the time, and you have more armor class. The 18 hit points ends up not being a problem. I think you'll come to find a lot of the time, honestly. But I think Spider is king. You want to be the best. You know, best you can do. If you want to do the best, like in terms of utility, go Spider. You've got the enwebbing. That by itself is honestly just so powerful. Because you're gonna give it's an AOE too. You're gonna give advantage on attack rolls against anyone who's inside there and they get enwebbed. And their attack rolls and saving throws have disadvantage. So you give your entire team advantage and you give everyone disadvantage, and that's constantly. Oh, and their movement's fucked too. Dexterity saving throws also. It's very powerful. I mean, Hunter has to. I think it's Hunter, right? Or Ranger. Ranger has to spend an entire spell slot to get ensnaring strands. Not ensnaring strands. To get a root. You know. I was thinking of something else. The wiki was showing me something else, but enweb is sort of the same status effect as being rooted, pretty much, right? It's a root, and then not that it matters too much. Although I guess it does. Getting pushed is an ability check, right? Shove is an ability check, so. Yeah, shove is an ability check, I'm pretty sure. I'm Googling that actually right now. Shove explained. It's supposed to be an athletics check or a acrobatics, depending on whichever one's higher for you. But does the game consider it an ability check? Because I know there's hex. You can also use hex, and usually you just want to do strength hex. It makes them worse at getting shoved, right? I mean, I could test it, but anyways, what's the plan? What's the plan? What is the plan? Gnome Cunning. Advantage on Intelligence, Wisdom, and Charisma saving throws. Very OP. Basically, you have it. I mean, the main thing that matters there is the Wisdom saving throws. Advantage on Wisdom saving throws. Halfling Luck is also pretty cool. I know people like Halfling Luck. It's instrumental to some builds like Greater Invisibility. You really do have over a long enough time. of doing your greater invisibility check rolls or whatever, halfling luck is very substantial for greater invisibility builds. But otherwise, halfling luck is just there for I don't know. It's just it's a nice thing to have, but it's not super instrumental. I think a lot of the time, I would say. Anyways, race futures. So I'm either going gnome or I'm going halfling, or I'm probably gonna go wood elf. I think half elves are better than elves, in my opinion. Are they? Are they not? I don't know. Wood half elf. I forgot exactly what their differences are. I think it's just in like proficiencies and stuff. Basically, it's good to have a little bit of human in you, so you can use shields and because like I'm getting light armor, medium armor, shields. What happens if I go full elf? I'm getting light armor, medium armor, and still shields. Okay, that's probably because I'm a barbarian here. Light armor, medium armor, shields. Okay, what if I was like a wizard? Yeah, see, I get like no armor proficiencies now. But if I were to go half elf, I would then get light armors and shield. Yeah, light armors and shield. That's usually why you go half elf. Typically over elf. Do I want to have a longer stride? I feel like that extra movement speed, it feels really good early game, but it starts to matter less in the late game, where everyone has lots of mobility later in the game, but early game is where it matters. What do I go? Usually I go deep gnome just for the dark vision and the stealth check advantage. Although this doesn't matter too much because you shouldn't be sneaking in sight. What's really weird is that getting discovered is not actually a stealth check. I think it's weird. Or no. I was thinking of if you're in invisibility, specifically if you're inside invisibility and you try to what am I trying to say? If you're getting checked in invisibility, it actually uses an ability check. It's so weird. I don't know why I think it should just use the same stealth check, but it doesn't. Maybe we go halfling then. Halfling for the halfling luck. Just so we don't roll ones. Poison res. An advantage in saving throw against poison damage. You do see a lot of that early game. Quite a bit of that early game. I think I find that better to be... Because you really shouldn't be in a position where you're even triggering stealth checks a lot of the time, honestly. So this is actually better. I think we just go halfling. I think we go halfling when we run it. Keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. Or, I guess, I mean... Let me look at the races. What do the elves get that I would care about? Wood elves particularly. You get a bunch of weapon proficiencies. You get perception proficiency. You get stealth for being a wood elf. You get Fey ancestry, immune to magical sleep, advantage against being charmed, and then a little bit of dark vision. And then Fleetfoot or a cantrip of choice if you're a... Yeah. And then what do half-elves get? They instead of getting the elf weapon proficiencies, they get human weapon proficiencies. They lose out on the perception proficiency, but they very importantly get light armor and shields. Once again, maintaining all the Fey ancestry and dark vision. And then, you know, high half-elves get a cantrip. Wood half-elves get the Fleetfoot. Drow half-elves get the Drow cantrip stuff. I'm gonna keep it simple. I don't even think you need that much movement speed as a spider anyway. I'm gonna go halfling, strongheart, druid. What are my cantrips? Shillylock's actually incredibly strong if you use it with them with torches. But the whole point of the build is to not use these. Also, you really don't want them equipped when you're in spider form. What you'll end up doing accidentally is lighting your own webs on fire, and that's... I mean, it gives you some burn damage on the ground, but then you lose out on the web, and you'll also damage yourself. You'll light yourself on fire. So you don't want to really carry those torches. Usually I like going produce flame. Guidance would matter if there wasn't a freaking trinket that lets you just get it for free early game on anyone. Not even needing Shadowheart, by the way. So I'm not even going to use guidance. That's what feels weird about this game. There's way too many items in BG3 that just provide you some stuff for free. So it's like, it's very much a game that lets where you leverage too much on metagaming, and I don't like that too much. Is metagaming even the right word? Like, because I know there's a trinket that gives this, I'm not going to go this. They even, as part of their Ultimate Edition or whatever it is, they give you an ability that lets you just and I have it. They give this helmet that lets you just transform for free, like use disguise self for free. I don't really like that. And then, you know, the hill giant potions. If you're smart, you'll know to dump strength ahead of time, and it's just, it really, I don't like game design in this way where they make you regret getting a stat earlier in the game, because it turns out this could have given you it for free, but now you're paying a cost when you couldn't have. And it's not like it's giving you even more on top of that, because having two sources of guidance doesn't even matter. Having a lot of strength when you're gonna pop hill giant potion doesn't even matter. But at least I guess that lets you instead use Elixir of Bloodlust. That's pretty solid, actually. If you already have high strength, then you can opt to use a different elixir rather than the giant strength elixir, like Bloodlust. That's solid. But for this guidance thing, I know not to get it, which is such a weird thing. I mean, otherwise, Shillylock is too good to not run, though. What do I run, guys? Who am I, by the way? I'm Origin, Custom? Nah, I always want to run Dark Urge if possible. Or maybe we'll play an Origin? I haven't even thought through that. What Origin seems interesting to me? No respecking, by the way. Only one is like Gale, but if I'm doing Gale, I'm gonna do that, like... I'm gonna do that Abjuration build that I wanted to do. And I don't know if I'm prepared to do that. Man, I spend so long in this character creation screen. I'm just gonna sit in silence and not talk. I'm gonna just think. Here. What if we did a paladin run? Cause paladin, like when I'm thinking about classes and whatever I want to. Paladin forces RP. Do I want to do that? Do I want to force RP on myself? It's basically the only class that forces you if you want to, like, if you don't want to be an Oathbreaker, essentially. Do I do Paladin then? If it's to force RP on myself? That's another idea. What's the new one? Oath of the Crown? I could play that too. Play the new one. I thought I would be able to just jump in this easily, but I'm seriously thinking about what I want to do. What do I want to do? We're going to be committed to this for the entire game. I'm not respecing, so this is an important decision. I need to think through it now. Basically. Anyone see this outline here? Is that supposed to be there? What's this outline here? Maybe I'll roll the dice on it, just like any other thing in this game. So what are my options? What am I gonna flip the coin or roll the dice on? Paladin, the Gale build with the. So let me do a coin. Let me do a D3 then. What does a D3 look like, by the way? D3 dice. What does that look like? Is that a real thing? I think it is. It's basically just like a triangular prism looking sort of thing. Yeah, it's a triangular prism that you roll. D1. Is that a real? That's not a real thing. It goes D3 to D100. That's funny. D3. If you start getting into a point where you want to do a 50-50, you flip a coin instead. You don't need a fancy dice for it. You could also just... I don't even know why D3s exist. You could just flip a D6 and then say even or I guess maybe... What's a multiple of 3? It is D6. 1 to 2 is 1. 3 to 4 is 2. And then 5 to 6 is option 3. You could just use a D. That's how things start operating when you have a. That's how things can start operating when you have a sufficient, like when you have a multiple of a dice like that. So I think the smallest it ever gets is like D4. But I guess you can make any, whatever dice you want to make. Alright. Let's roll a dice for it. I have 3 options I'm thinking about. D3 roll. Wait. Hold on. Clear. I gotta. Is this a D3? Why? It's only D4? I only have a D4. No, I'm trying to roll D3 here. Oh, I guess I just have to use a D6. I like how Google has this like roll dice thingy. I'm gonna roll up like 100 dice. How many dice did I just roll? 4, 9 times. I rolled like 36 dice. No. Okay. So option 1 to 2 is Gale. Option 2 to 3 is Paladin. Option 5 to 6 is the Druid. Okay, let's roll the dice. I'm gonna do a D6 roll. Okay, I got 5. I guess we're doing the Druid one. We're doing the Druid one then. Dark Urge, Halfling, Strong Heart. I like being a female. I don't know why. Just like being a female usually. Boom, boom, boom. What are we doing? 16 wisdom. I need to know if I'm going to do ability improvement score. Because I actually don't think they work in Wild Shape, do they? If it is strength, dex, or vigor, or whatever. What is that stat called, by the way? Constitution, that's what it's called, Constitution. Let's go to feats. Feats. Athlete. So ability score improvement does not work on Wild Shape. Pretty much. Alright, let me see. Ability score ASI. Excuse me. This list notes the exceptions when permanent bonuses or feats actually change those ability. Okay, so I think ability score improvement does. I mean, I can go use it, but I can check it in game myself. But I'm pretty sure ability score improvement does work because those stats don't get affected. Your wisdom and intelligence, charisma don't get affected. Okay, let me go back to feats. Feats that work in Wild Shape. Alert works, so you can. That's a no-brainer. You can always just go alert. Have more, you know. It's really OP, by the way. Why does this game even use a D4 for its initiative? Isn't it D20 in regular tabletop? I heard. Heavily armored, lucky, mobile. Resilient, savage attacker. I never even got to see, well, how does Sentinel work with Wild Shape? Tavern Brawler fully works now? Tavern Brawler fully works. That's going to be the first feat I get, by the way. Wait, Tavern Brawler fully works now, huh? It used to only be the attack roll. But they added... Now you can get the strength damage bonus. Also, apparently gets reduced if you're below a certain strength threshold. Will that apply to the spider, by the way? Spider has 14 strength, so no. Down by the river. But what's cool is that I don't even have to touch the strength. I don't even have to touch it. I think we're just going 16, 16, 14 here, and then just to have... Or how does this work? Maybe I should dump Constitution. I shouldn't worry so much about Constitution when I'm in this state. Then we can go 14 Charisma. Is this how the game works? 16, 16, 14, 12? Or you can get 15 here. Or you could get... what you could do is you can go 17. You can go 17 if you want. But that's presuming you even you will get an ability score improvement in your wisdom, which I don't know if I'm gonna do. Partially works in Wild Shape. Let me look at feats. Okay, Tavern Brawler. The bonus to unarmed attack and damage rolls works properly. The additional 1 strength or 1 con does not apply in Wild Shape. Requires a wild shape with unarmed attacks. Everything except 3 of the Myrmidons, basically, will use it. I'm still going Tavern Brawler, though, right? Even if Myrmidons can't use Tavern Brawler. Because it's going to help me in the early game. Tavern Brawler is so OP. There's no reason to just not get it if you can use it. It's too powerful to not use. Anyways, what's my ability score gonna look like? Is the question. I need to know. The way I need to know now is by. The way I'm gonna determine whether this needs to be at 17 or 16 is if. Hold on. It depends on the feat, I think, on what feats I'm getting. What feats am I getting? I don't know. It's first one's definitely Tavern Brawler, right? There's this. What feats am I getting? I am getting Tavern Brawler. That's a no-brainer. Maybe I should look at a fucking tier list. Tier list for feats. Feats tier list. I could just run alert and be happy with that. I think Lucky isn't so bad either. I wonder how people rate Lucky on their tier lists. Just get a little advantage on an attack roll or an ability check or a saving throw that you want to. You get that 3 times per. Is it short rest or long rest? I forgot about. I think it's every long rest, Lucky. I think Warcaster isn't so bad either, because I mean, there's not much you can do with the wild shape, but one of the few things you can do is try to cast a concentration spell, then go into the wild shape form, and try to use it when you're inside the wild shape. You know, whether it be like a haste or something, I don't know, just something to concentrate on before you go into the wild shape form. So you're using some of your spells. Am I ever going to get any magic initiate? I know there's some tricks you can do with that, but no, I think is the answer. Does Martial Adept even work in this form? Let me see. Riposte only works if Disguise Self is used before transforming. What? You can use Riposte inside Wild Shape? That doesn't seem right. You get to retaliate if the enemy misses against you, basically. Excuse me. That's so weird. You would have to use Disguise Self before transforming, and then you get access to Riposte. What an unusual thing. And you get to pop that. You're doing that using a feat just to get access to 1 Riposte per short rest. Short rest or long rest is very unusual. That basically is +1 attack per battle, though. But Yeah, maybe that's not so bad. That gets you 1 extra attack per battle. Mobile, evade opportunity attack. If you move after making a melee attack, you don't provoke an opportunity attack from that particular target. Seems like it could be very useful for kiting in and out. Basically, you add a disengage to your attack for free. That's pretty good as wild shape, and I think that does work with wild shape, right? Yeah. All of the wild shapes are melee. Are they not? And you don't really like. It doesn't really feel good to sit in one place if you can avoid it. I mean, what's really quirky about this game is if you're fighting anyone at all, you want to just stay on the move, and if you have more movement speed than them, and you have a way to deal damage with them and constantly kite back, you have essentially a source of infinite damage on that character, and that's really OP. Oh man, I have to add another. I was just thinking, I have to add another rule to how I'm going to do this run. I cannot retreat, because if I'm allowed to retreat from every battle, it's way too easy then. How do I set that rule up? The problem is if you get way too many people stealth in the middle of battle, the enemy will just break break combat for you, even if you don't intend to like end the battle. They'll end combat for you, which really sucks. So I guess I'm just maybe not allowed to use stealth, which is gonna feel weird. Yeah, I guess I'm not allowed to leave combat, but the enemy can break it if I have way too many characters stealth in the middle of battle. Why does the game do that? That sucks. How it ends turn-based combat when the enemy can't find you. There's so many things about this game that I want to change, and I think it would feel much better because of it. Ability improvement. Yep, doesn't work in wild shape unless if you're using strength dex con. Offensive duelist doesn't work. Lightly armored, moderately armored doesn't work. Polearm master doesn't work. Tough does not double wild shape HP. Tough does not double. Okay, so tough just straight up does not work, huh? Yeah, just straight up just does not work. It's not possible to cast spells in wild shape. You are allowed to maintain concentration, right? I know there's like how does Moonbeam work? Moonbeam. Okay. Moonbeam? I know. How does Moonbeam work with wild shape? And you get it as a druid, so. No mention of Moonbeam and wild shape. Does your concentration break? I think the Moonbeam just sits in place and you're not allowed to use Moonbeam and wild shape. I think. Move Moonbeam. Moonbeam is an incredibly powerful spell, by the way. And for some reason, it works inside Sanctuary, so you can just break the game that way. Just have Moonbeam and Sanctuary, and then just be OP. Alright, so what are we doing here? We're going Druid. We rolled the dice on that. The dice is sacred, I guess. That is what we did, right? 1 was Gale, 1 to 2 is Gale, 3 to 4 was the Paladin, and 5 to 6 was and we rolled a 5, so. This is what I'm gonna do. Arcana and Perception. Proceed? Yes. A Dark Urge. Act. No, how do I name this? Only play Play. Finish this run. There. Finish this run. That's what I'm naming that. Run. Okay, what are my rules again? I have to add so many fucking rules because this game's too easy. This game's too easy. Okay, so no retreating. No retreating. No break. Like, if we enter combat, we have to kill everyone who's on the top of that screen before we basically... I mean, I've never used the flee button anyways. Like, even when I was doing those OP strats, I never used the flee button. I would always just let the enemy do it for me anyway. I actually didn't want them to exit combat, because if they did, they would use the out of combat heal thingy, and then have to redo the fight all over again. Which was actually, I mean, it was fine with me, because what you would do is you would just use... You would lower their dex to like 0, using the ability score reduction. You can just get way too OP in this game. Fuck it. This is the point of the run is not to give myself a challenge too much. But I kind of do have to run those rules, or else I'm gonna abuse it too much, I think. I'm also looting. I loot way too much too, so maybe even that needs to... Maybe this is why I add all these rules to my runs, is that this is why I add all these rules to my run, because this is what I do. We're just gonna sell these. We're gonna treat these as sellable things. We're not gonna use scrolls. We cannot revive. We're doing permadeath. Okay, where's Enhanced Leap? Because I know I have that on Druid. This doesn't cost anything, right? Yeah, it's a cantrip. Happens if I remove it, though. Oh, I lose it. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna cast it, I guess. Maybe I can talk with the demons. Talk to demons in the ceiling. Toyota, what a feeling. I'll miss you for no reason. Tangle's a pretty strong spell. Anyways, let's go. Wait, actually, where's Enhanced Leap? Don't I have Enhanced Leap? Oh, I don't. Okay, that's where that goes then. Mokte Vartu. This spell needs its own, like... Honestly, this spell needs its own, The spell needs its own, what do you call it? Talk to demons in the ceiling. Toyota, what a feeling.
Visions projected to you. An autoloid hurtling through the plains, resplendent with psionic energy.
This bit, what I'm trying to say something. This run needs its own. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I was gonna say this spell needs its own keybind. Okay, how do I do this? Because traveling in this game is kind of painful. Doubt it. I'm not touching these, by the way. That's just my own rule again. Reading these records is actually good.
Images of goblins, their habits and histories flash into
You get to share the information to what's his name?
A schematic of an autoloid flashes
Omelum? What's Omelum?
nerves, sinews, as much living being as ship.
Read all these Eldritch tablets. I did read them, right? The game counted me as reading them.
Help us. Please. Before they return.
You can come back here with Shadowheart to help out with this. That's the plan. Let's just go fight now. Talk to demons in the ceiling. Toyota, what a feeling. I'll miss you for no reason. Oh. You know what I'm doing? I am doing, okay. I think that I know the build now. I was thinking. We're obviously always going to do one in Wizard, so we're doing that. Oh shit, I kind of fucked up the, hold on, I fucked... Spellcasting, hold on, BG3 spellcasting ability modifier. It always uses your last... Okay, are we restarting the run already, bro? It's the last class you take, right? It's the last class you take. From equipment? Yeah, from equipment. Scrolls and illithid powers is determined by the last new class you take, your first level in. Yeah. I don't even know if we're gonna... we might end up using that. Okay, are we already quitting? Are we already resetting? Cause I'm gonna end up taking Wizard and Warlock at some point. And my intelligence nor my charisma is at a good amount. Does the Mantle of Intelligence work in Wild Shape? I don't know. I think a lot of items just don't work. Unless it's stated in this list here, I think the items won't, like items, or let me, equipment rather, equipment. So, unless otherwise stated in here, all of your equipment does not work. So, Armor of Moonbasking, Boots of Striding, Corvid Token, Gloves of the Automaton, Martial Exertion, Shapeshifter's Boon Ring, True Lover's Caress, True Love's Embrace. Partial work. Equipment partial work. So the intelligence that thing that sets my intelligence to 18 is not going to work. Or is it 19 or 18? It doesn't matter. Same thing. Does not work. Equipment. Almost all equipment in the game. Almost all equipment in the game will not work. Okay, we're setting already. Just to get my... Okay, I guess we are. Bruh. Saving. No, I'm going to delete this. Just when I was calling it finish this run. Oh shit, I exited out of the game. Whoops. Let me relaunch. I clicked the... I didn't click exit to main menu. I clicked exit game. Okay. Talk to demons in the ceiling. Toyota, what a feeling. I'll miss you for no reason. Take it. I'm smiling just to fake it. Darling, can you break it? My life, can you take it? I don't know the lyrics exactly of that song. Finish this run. We're deleting it already. Okay. New game. Honor. Okay, so I'm going 10, and, I guess we'll go alert then as our first feat. What's my second feat gonna be? We're gonna go 1 in either Warlock or... I mean, I don't know which one. Either Warlock or Sorcerer. In fact, why don't we go Sorcerer first? We should go Sorcerer first, because the first... So here's the weird thing about this game. The first class you have... The first class you select on this starting screen determines what your saving proficiencies are. Saving throw proficiencies. For Sorcerer, that includes Constitution, and that's a really big, like, that's supposed to be like a really big juicer, like, thing to have, is having proficiencies in Constitution. So when you're multi-classing, these are the two things you want to take into consideration: is the saving throw proficiencies. And then for your spellcasting ability modifier, like if you use items or scrolls or whatever it is that you use that doesn't have like if something doesn't have a particular sometimes it won't even necessarily have to be. Sometimes the mechanic will just work that way. It'll just always use spellcasting ability modifier. I think like Shilly Lock does that, I think. Or it'll try to use it whatever you learned it from. Or I don't know. I think the Shilly Lock. How does Shilly Lock work? I know it's not always wisdom. It might use your spell. I think it does use spellcasting ability. I think that's listed on the wiki. Let me look up Shilly Lock. Spellcasting modifier. Creature's weapon is magical and deals attack rolls use the Welder's spellcasting modifier. Spellcasting modifier. This is such a crazy, not crazy, but like this is such a confusing mechanic. Whether something will use the Wielder's spellcasting modifier. Despite misleading tooltips, a Shilly Locked weapon replaces strength with the highest spellcasting modifier for both attack rolls and damage rolls, no matter if learned as a druid, nature cleric, or even via magic initiate. Oh, it uses your highest spellcasting ability mod. Dude, this game is all jank. It's like programmed all weirdly. So it'll basically pick the highest of your spellcasting ability modifiers, whether it's charisma, intelligence, or wisdom. That's so unusual. Talk to demons in the ceiling. Toyota, what a feeling. Anyways, what's the plan? Are we going... I mean, if we're gonna go sorcerer, I'm gonna go it now. Either one of these... Because Warlock... The reason why Warlock works, too, is because it gets... It gets Armor of Agathys. Either which way, whether I'm dipping into sorcerer or Warlock, I'm going to be getting my Armor of Agathys through that. If I want to maintain my spell slots, like my spell slot curve, it should be sorcerer, because I'll be constantly one level behind on proper spell slot stacking. If I don't go sorcerer, I'll have, because this uses a different system. It uses fucking Warlock spell slots. At the end of the day, when I get level 12, though, it's not going to end up mattering, because the highest you can get is level 6 spell slots, and all you need to do is get level 11 for that. So you can be off. You can have one level in a class that's not. Yeah, you can have one level that doesn't have. What's even the difference between level 11 and level 12? Let me see. Let me look at it. Druid. I'm gonna look at this. Druid. Yeah, level 11 you get one level 6 spell slot, and then going from 11 to 12 doesn't change anything. Wild shape improvement. Wild shape attack damage increased. What is this? It doesn't even matter. This is not really getting levels 11 and 12 don't matter when you're trying to do elemental wild shape druid. You can use those for the level 1 wizard dip, which is juicer, and then the other level to try to get Armor of Agathys. Anyways, what does this have? Wisdom and charisma, I think, or what is it? Yeah, proficiency. So we're going sorcerer just to have but then I don't have wisdom. I mean, some people think that's a fair trade to make. What has constitution and wisdom? That'd be OP. Let me look at saving throws on the wiki. This is how much you have to plan out your damn character, bro. Saving throw proficiency. Okay, who has constitution? Whoops. Barbarian, Fighter, and Sorcerer have Constitution. But there's not a class that has both Constitution and Wisdom. That would be OP, I guess, yeah. Okay, which ones have Wisdom? That's the most important one. Druid gets Intelligence and Wisdom. Cleric gets Wisdom and Charisma. Paladin gets Wisdom, Charisma. Warlock, Wisdom, Charisma. Wizard, Intelligence, Wisdom. Excuse me. Barbarian and Fighter both get Strength, Con. Sorcerer, yeah, we already mentioned that. Bard gets Dex, Charisma. Monk gets Strength, Dex. Ranger gets Strength, Dex. And Rogue gets Dex, Int. I prefer the proficiency in Wisdom. I guess we are starting as a Druid then, and we'll get the Sorcerer later. I think the plan is to go Druid, and then before we ever start dipping into Sorcerer for Armor of Agathis, the plan is to go Wizard then Sorcerer or Warlock if it ends up being Warlock, but it's probably gonna be Sorcerer. That way, our last spellcasting ability modifier is Charisma, and I'm gonna set Charisma to 16. So we're going 16, 16. 16, 16, boys. Rest goes into Dexterity and Con, I guess. Yeah. So how am I going to level this character? I wanted to stay on Druid as long as I can. I think. Dude, why is it changing up my shit? Okay, whatever. What we can do is we can start as Wizard too. As long as we're ending on Druid or Sorcerer and not Wizard, I'm happy. Do we start as Wizard? Do we start as Wizard? I think there are very specific. Also, there are very specific classes that you have to take at level 1 in order to get their their equipment proficiencies. I think that's specifically Paladin. If you don't start level 1 as Paladin, you'll be missing out like on one thing. Yeah, because there's distinctions between multi-classing and not. So Barbarian starts with Light, Medium, and Shield. But if you multi-class into Barbarian, you're only going to get the Shield. But some of them will fully apply. Like Bard, for example, you get your Light always, and then the subclass is still granted by its future or subclass, whatever. Let me see. I think Paladin was also one of them. Yeah, Paladin. You miss out on heavy armor proficiency if you multi-class into Paladin, and you don't start with Paladin. Multi-classing is basically just not starting level 1 with it, I guess, in this instance. Fighter, you miss out on heavy armor if you don't start with Fighter. Huh? Yeah. Am I going to run into any equipment proficiency quirks like that? Yes or no? Let me see. No. Because Sorcerer, Warlock, Wizard, and Druid they all give the same thing regardless of whether you're multi-classing or not. Okay, so I don't have to worry about that. So how am I starting the game, though? Like I said, your first 4 levels are... In fact, it's like more like 3. Your first 3 to 4 levels are super important. You want to... Like, I immediately want to get Wild Shape, and I need to be level 2 to get that on Druid, right? So if I end up getting... I'll have to wait until level 4 to get a Wild Shape if I start out as Wizard, and then I go to Sorcerer, and then I jump around like that. And shiz. And for the sake of what? That would be for the sake of getting... Getting what? Some pretty neat stuff, I think, actually. Like shield, I would get shield, I would get find familiar. I already get these as a druid though. I would get Featherfall. Although, there's a trinket that gives that, I think, later on. So it's whatever. A necklace, not a trinket, but like a, yeah, a necklace. Sleep, I guess, would be nice. These are all things you don't get as druid. Otherwise, these are... I mean, does this even matter? In Auntie Ethel's place, there's a necklace that gives this also. But sometimes you don't want to have that necklace on, obviously. This is a cantrip. We're not going to use the starting equipment that lets us... So Disguise Self is actually useful. I'm not gonna use that thingy that lets everyone else... That lets you basically use Disguise Self. I'm not... There's an equipment that you start with in the game if you like did the pre-order shit, which I did. I've been hyped about this game for a while, by the way. I was playing the public beta that they were letting, and I was watching videos on it, and I was just really hyped for this game. And it's finally all out. It's been in beta for so long, by the way. They've been changing up so much stuff as development went on. I don't even know what I would put on here, this last slot. It probably doesn't even matter. Magic Missile. Does Magic Missile depend on your spellcasting ability modifier, or does it not? Does it always just... I mean, it's guaranteed damage, which is nice. It's damage you'll never miss. Oh no, it's always D4 plus 1. It's always D4 plus 1. Okay. It has a fixed damage. Yeah, Magic Missile. Magic Missile. Shield, Find Familiar, Feather Falling, Sleep, Disguise Self. That's probably what I would run. And then I'd get these from Druid. That's presuming I'm gonna start as a wizard. Which I don't know if I wanna. A lot of the value is gonna come come from spell scribing. There's okay. There's actually like a very good argument, I think, to like go full like 15, 16 like this, because well, maybe not the charisma, I'm realizing, but if I have my intelligence at a very like solid amount, that's gonna let someone else put on the Mantle of Intelligence, or whatever it's called. What is it even called? Intelligence. Headgear. Let me look it up. Where is it? Warped Headband of Intellect. Headband of Intellect. Yeah. The thing that the ogre ends up eating and putting in his stomach, I guess. Yeah. Okay, sets your int score to 17, even though it's supposed to set it to 19, which would make it even more OP, freaking more OP. But yeah, basically I could, since Wizard's OP and you get to scribe spells, I could just have 16 intelligence and have access to a bunch of spells. I mean, what's the reasoning to even have charisma, What spells would I... Yeah, charisma wouldn't fucking matter at all. Okay, so what am I... That doesn't matter, but int does. Int does. I think. So am I starting with 1 level in Wizard? How important... By the time we get to level 4, how important is it that I have a feat, essentially? Rather than, having 1 Wizard, 3 Druid. Does Druid get anything at level 4 particularly, or is it I think it's just the feat. Oh no, you get Wild Shape Improvement, which improves your attack damage. Okay, no. That's quite important, I would say. You also get access to Deep Growth, which is not super important. How good is the Deep Growth even? How good is... I've never used this shit. It has a charge, which can prone people. It has dancing lights. Who fucking cares? What's this gore? Gore ability. Impales a target. Deals an additional 11 force damage to targets with lesser, medium, or greater toughness. So walls, these are like materials. You have to hit a material to get that force damage. But it does 3d4 damage, so up to 12. And then what's this Deep Wrath strength? Up to 12 plus 4, it's like 16 damage. 3d4 is 4 plus, so you do 8 to 16 damage with the Gore ability. But you probably just want to use the charge to try to prone them. What's the prone? The prone is spell save DC. Wait, really? It uses your spell save DC? As opposed to, you would imagine it would be a fixed amount, but I guess my spell save DC would be my wisdom. So, anyways, yeah, I don't know if Deep Wrath is even all that. Who cares about it? You can just keep using. Yeah, Deep Wrath is such an unimportant transformation. It has terrible hit points too, by the way. It has 18. Oh no, by the time you're level 4, it'll have 23 actually. It'll have 23 by the time you're level 4. But that's not good. Its armor class is 10, by the way, which is extremely low. It's extremely low. DC, armor class to be having. I'd rather just stay in spider form. Or I'd rather be a polar bear or a wolf, either whatever fits the situation, but spider's my go-to. Such an unimportant wild shape. By the way, wild shape improvement's good. Having a feat is good. Obviously. So I'm probably gonna go 4 levels in Druid. At some point we will end up deciding to dip a little bit into Sorcerer to get access to Armor of Agathis. How do I do that, by the way? I think you have to be a... White is one of them. Where do I get it? Where's my Armor of Agathis? Oh, I need to be Draconic. Oh, there we go. I swear there were two classes which let you get it. It specifically has to be white. Oh, I'm also a Dragonborn, so that's also doing stuff. Did they change this? I swear this used to also be Armor of Agathis, but I guess they made everything unique. Yeah, they made everything unique. Silver, so it gives you Featherfall instead, huh? By the way, the most important one here is easily by far the Armor of Agathis, because that's a premium. Everything else is like shit. I mean, you can get all of this already by being a sorcerer. Obviously, it'll get added because the way sorcerers work is you only have a limited number of spells you can learn and use. This gets added on top of it as more options, but the premium here is the cold. Yeah, well, at some point we will end up picking this up, grabbing this up. Armor of Agathis, it's incredibly strong. Okay, let's get back to... It was Halfling, Strongheart, Female. I want to actually randomize my appearance too. Try to get a funky appearance. Is it just me, or does she have like white paint on her face? Is that because I'm Strongheart? Where's this? Is this lighting? What's this coming from? What's this shit on my face? I don't understand it, but I'm gonna hit random and try to get something I like. Yeah, I don't know what that shit on my face is. Try to get something goofy here. This looks crazy. I think I'm sticking with this. This thing looks crazy. What even is this thing? The Joker? It's not exactly the Joker. Well, could be. Alright, that's where we're going. I think I'm just going to start with, you know, just going to start with some levels in Druid. Chug along, like that. I mean, what would I be giving up to get, and what would I be gaining? I would be gaining a bunch of cantrips. I really like starting as Wizard. It actually gives you a lot. It gives you a Mage Hand, and it gives you a Find Familiar. And the Find Familiar is no joke. It's like, it's really solid, actually. Having the Crow set you up with the Blind that gives you advantage on attacks. It's actually really solid, but I'm going to be in webbing and getting advantage anyway. So Rend Vision's not going to do a whole lot. That's really interesting when I think about that, actually. If I'm going to be using Find Familiar from the Wizard level 1 class, yeah, Wizard and Ranger get to start with Find Familiar at level 1. They're pretty solid, given that every other class has to get it at level 3. Yeah, Find Familiar is a really solid spell. I really like it. But given that I'm actually not, I mean, it's redundancy though. It's redundancy. Also, you don't want allies to step in your web, and the bird is flying, so it's not infected by web. So maybe it's a source of redundancy. If the web doesn't go through, and they save the throw, you can use the Crow or the Raven to attempt to Rend Vision and put that attack. Put that Rend Vision on them, which gives you advantage on attacks against them. You know, it gives them the blind status effect. You know what the blind status effect does, right? What happens if you use Find Familiar Bite just to get a second spider? Your little baby spider next to you. It does 1 piercing damage plus D4 poison on a failed save. That's kind of weak. Arachnid Jump. It's a little spider. Raven is just... I rarely ever use anything outside of Raven. Like, I think I ended up using Crab. I remember I had a run where I was fighting... I remember I was fighting the Boulette, actually, and I was using the Crab. I actually was using the Crab. I was using it to lock its movement speed. Because the Crab's pinch would reduce its movement speed, and I was using Rays of Frost to really CC down the Boulette, and it could not move. It kept proning on the ice. Every time it moved, it could barely move any amount of distance. It was great. Okay, what does Infectious Bite do? I think that gives the poison, or not poison. It gives the what does it say? Disadvantage on Constitution saving throws, and Constitution is reduced by 1. Does reducing an enemy's Constitution mid-battle actually affect its HP? Like how does that work exactly? But this thing does 1 damage, literally 1 damage. So you're literally just using it to apply the infected. Infected status effect. Has this, yeah. Constitution reduced by 1. That doesn't even do anything. Does it? I mean, it does. Disadvantage on any saving throw is good, but are there any even con saving throws in the game? They would need that specific energy. Okay, what does the frog do? Bufotoxin. Disadvantage on dex saving throws. See, this one's more meaningful. Bufotoxin. Touch a creature and possibly impose disadvantage on its dexterity saving throws. Yeah. Bufotoxins, though. There's way more dex saving throws in the game than there are, like, con. So that, I guess this frog could be pretty juicer. Okay, Okay, Crab. I've used this before. I have used this before. Attack a creature's feet and inflict pinch. And its damage isn't the worst either. It's gonna like it'll take a D4 per turn of the status effect, which pinched is 2 turns. And the beginning of each turn, the movement speed is reduced by 3. It's kind of like having an extra Ray of Frost applied on them. Like if you Ray of Frost them and you pinch them at the same time, that's -6 meters. It's actually super juicy. And if they're already like getting back up from a prone, it's so huge. Like if they get back up from a prone, their movement speed's halved. So yeah, it's just a lot. If they're proned, if they're pinched, if they're Ray of Frosted, it's. And Conjured Crab actually seems to do the most damage by itself, which is solid. I mean, anything that isn't just 1 damage is going to be good, because these things, these Find Familiar things really suck at doing damage. That's not really their point, to do damage. Beak Attack does 1 plus Dex modifier, which is, if I recall, 2. So Beak Attack just literally does 3 damage, which is, it's whatever. The more important thing is Rend Vision. It's such a good attack. Attack a creature's eyes and blind it. And usually what you can do is you can have the Raven join the battle in later and get an angle on them and sneak attack. So they get advantage. They get a sneak attack opportunity attack on the enemy, and then you can follow it up with another advantage attack. It's very strong. Rend Vision on the Raven Familiar. And what's so OP? Okay, you know what's so OP? There's no saving throw for this attack. As long as the attack hits, they get blind. There's no saving throw, and for some that's really OP. Like not a lot of stuff does that in the game. I think Honey Paws does that. The Rangers summon their Beastmaster summon, the Honey Paws, and then there's this Rend Vision. Unlike the wild shape version, the duration of blinded is less than 1 full combat round. It ends at the start of the enemy's turn. So you do have a very limited. You have to really specifically, because of the way this works, you really specifically have to let the Raven attack first, and then your allies attack right after. You can't fuck up the order on that, or else because there's a very short amount of time this blind lasts. It's just for basically, the enemy gets rid of it by the time their turn starts. So you have to make sure the turn order is right in that respect. Because if, like, let's say your Raven goes first, then the enemy second, and then all the rest of your allies. That's why the way you initiate combat with it is really important. Make sure the enemy gets surprised, or else if the turn order is messed up enough, you're not going to get Rend Vision value. Okay, Find Familiar Cat. Excuse me, once again, kind of useless. You just use Minor Illusion. You don't need cats, you just use Minor Illusion. It does the same thing. I guess if you want to save yourself the cantrip slot of having to get a Minor Illusion in a cantrip slot, you can go ahead and pop this cat out, but then you're losing out on the opportunity to use the Raven, which is not so good, I think. Yeah, it has this Meow, which is basically just Minor Illusion. It has a Claws attack, which does 2 damage. Okay. Whatever. Down by the river. What else is in the Find Familiar category? There's the Conjured Imp and then the Quasit. Which one is better, by the way? Where do people usually go when they have... I don't know. I've never really used Pact of the Chain. Pact of the Chain, I think, is not very good. Simply because of the existence of the Shovel. And you get that for free. You don't have to take Pact of the Chain. But... is this guy any good? Sting. Nah, the Imp sucks, bro. You'd rather have the Quasit's Fear. Okay, there's a Claws and then there's a Sting ability. I mean, who cares? They're both just damage anyway. They're both just damage. That's 4 to 7 damage. And this is... This is 2 to 10 damage. 4 to 7 versus 2 to 10. I wonder which one's better. Doesn't fucking care, bro. It says it's only DC 11, by the way, the poison on this sting. This is not a very meaningful ability. You would rather just get the Quasit and use the scare ability. I mean, they both have invisibility and claws. It's, you know, they sort of accomplish the same thing. They sort of accomplish the same thing. The imp does have flight, though. Yeah, the imp does have flight. I do know that, I think. So yeah, flight. Maybe that matters. Anyways. What are we thinking here? What's more important? Getting a feat at level 4 and getting improved wild shape bonuses? Or having a Find Familiar, the shield reaction, which I don't even... Does that even work in... I don't think that works in wild shape. I get Feather Fall, which is just... I mean, as long as one person in the freaking party has this, it's whatever. And it's a convenience thing for the most part anyway. Well, in some terrains it's not. You really want to be able to jump down and not take a shit ton of damage and jump away from an enemy. But... Oh, by the way, Color Spray. I forgot about this. Color Spray, Sleep, Magic Missiles. Yeah, these are all things we'll take, because we'll get the rest from Druid. What about Disguise Self? I actually forgot about that. Probably won't use Magic Missiles. Yeah, this. This would probably be the setup here. The main things that matter is Shield and Find Familiar. Am I taking that early on just to... Also, a bunch of cantrips. Mage Hand is a big one. And we do not get that in Druid. Oh yeah, Booming... Oh, fucking Booming Blade. The thing is, the plan is to stay inside Wild Shape. It's not to do much else other than that. So this does not even matter for Wild Shape. Down, down, down. Minor Illusion's a big one, too. Does Gil have this when you recruit him? Presuming I don't cut his hand off? I'll try not to. I will try to add every character to my party and try to, like, properly play and win. Play to the best of my ability. And gather all the party members. Let's just stick to Druid. I will be getting 16 intelligence, though. And 16 wisdom. And the charisma... Why do I even give a fuck about charisma? I'm going to be casting nothing with charisma. Okay, then we're going to end on wizard then. We're going to end on wizard. We have to get sorcerer, then wizard. In our leveling. Okay. Rest goes into this, right? Okay, that's the plan. Arcana and perception is usually what I like to go. Okay, let's go now. And we're fucking Joker here, I guess. Okay, I like this. I like 1616. And then these stats don't really matter. I mean, when and if they do, I just put it into Dex and Con. But those stats don't matter when you're inside of a wild shape. So I'm gonna go ahead and go. Finish this run. Boom. Now we're playing. Now we're actually playing, bro. We've been streaming for 2 hours, and now we're actually playing.
The blood in the palm, nothing on your skull. Besides your name, the killing.
I don't even give a shit. Let's just run. I'm not even gonna loot anything. Let's not dilly-dally around.
Very well.
I actually do want to do something real quick, though. I do want to read the tablet, because that does matter for talking to Omelim later, but that's about it. Te Vartu. What tablet do you need to read? I'm just gonna read this one.
Visions project into your mind. A nautiloid hurtling through the plains.
I'm just gonna read that one.
With psionic energy.
This is like the only chest that matters to loot here anyway, so I'm just gonna loot this one. I think you can get some pretty juicer stuff from it, but everything else is kind of like whatever. I mean, I'll loot him anyway. I mean, I was already up there. I should have just looted the chest, but whatever. Yeah, it's just junk anyways. No, 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 no. I'm gonna take damage. Whatever. You play on it. You play on it. We have to be honorable. Wait, I'm not talking to you, I forgot. I have no business to discuss with you. I forgot to press Shilly Lock, but whatever. Isn't Shilly Lock a bonus action anyway? So we'll be fine. Dead. I'm going after you now.
Still on my feet.
Yeah, Shilly Lock's a bonus action. Not much I could have done with a bonus action anyway, other than dip in a fire in the back here. Can I actually dip my weapon into this guy? He's kind of on fire. Nah, whatever. Shilly Lock. Now this weapon's gonna hit like a truck. Yeah. No, dice rolled again. Ooh, my halfling luck actually worked there. Ooh, you guys see that? Halfling luck actually applied there. I would have missed that if I didn't have halfling luck. Halfling luck already paying off, guys. Isn't that cool? Okay. Ouch.
On the move.
I wonder if this is worth the cost. Fall by my hand.
What am I even doing? Okay, let's just end it. Let's do this.
You prove surprisingly adequate. Now,
Just fucking die. Let's get us some bows and arrows. Wait, what? No, I didn't mean to pick your body up. No, I didn't mean to. I'm not trying to pick your body up. Also get some hatchets to throw, which is nice. Spike bulb's pretty solid, I guess. Get some weapons to dual wield with, maybe. Although I think Shilly Lock probably won't work on them, so maybe not use them, but we'll see.
Anything of use?
Oh yeah, I forgot. We're supposed to travel around by jumping, not walking. Alright, let's go ahead and use this, I guess. Well, let's go ahead and use this. Makes your hand glow. Makes your hand glow with blue. It's really cool, actually. I like doing this, just for the aura. All right, let's get a bow. I think tab is the one that opens it for everyone. Yeah. Get you a crossbow because that's better. Excuse me. Shilly Lock doesn't work on these, right? Yeah, quarterstaff or club required. Okay, and our dex and strength are. Well, my dex is fine, but my strength is garbanzo beans. I could do 3 to 8, or I could do 4 to 11. If I two-hand. And I don't have a shield anyway, or another scimitar anyway. Alright, okay. Let's go ahead and do this. Anything else we want to do? Let's make some berries. Let's get a bunch of berries going. I actually want to make a bunch of berries, yeah. Oh yeah. And does this work again? It does. Got my own set of berries. Touch this now? Yeah, let's touch it, I guess. I said we weren't gonna do that, but it's whatever. I want that, I want that.
I feel better.
Hello? Where's my custom hotkey? Oh, it went away because I unequipped? Damn. Okay, I forgot to... I should have just done that before. I imagine these good berries aren't going to last anyway. I think they all disappear when you crash the Nautiloid, but we'll see. Yo, why do you keep walking? Just jump, don't walk. I'm going to wait until I get Shadowheart so I can get guidance. And then I'll try to get the brain. Path is interrupted because technically there's a door here, I guess. A sphincter door. More good berries? Let's go ahead and add more good berries, I guess. More good berries. More good berries. Expectorum. Don't worry about the character Lae'zel behind us. She'll catch up. Actually, is she? Yeah, see, she'll catch up. The characters really start to speed up if they get left behind. So you don't even have to worry about them lagging behind. I didn't used to travel this way because I was worried about that, but no, the companions, they travel behind pretty damn well. We can just kill these guys for free. Pretty easily. Boom. Why does it keep saying dice rolled again? Is this the mod I'm running that's making it say that? I don't know. I think there's a mod I'm saying that's telling me this. Why does it say rolled again? Did I roll a 1? Because it didn't say rolled again here. Damn, we're already getting the halfling luck to proc. Attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. Wait, damn, this is actually so good. I thought it was just attack rolls, but it's saving throws too. Attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks too. You let me out. What's in this backpack? Oops. Noctaver 2. I want to pick up these slave mines. I think they do something later on, so slave mine and dark mine, you want to pick these up. I'll try to have equal amounts, I guess. Yeah. Is longsword really good, or is it just better to have an offhand attack, I think? Because what was I doing before? 4 to 13. -4 or -2 damage on average, and then you get to add an extra d6 to it, which is 3 damage on average, or 3.5 damage on average. That's probably better. What's this? Well, this even has flourish. There we go. Add that because that has flourish on it. You don't get to use your weapon skill if it's not in your main hand, by the way. That's how this game works. Need a key for that. Illithid manuscript. I want to just read it.
Faint images appear in your mind. A brain.
Have some dialogue for Omelim later.
Centuries of darkness.
Where the hell was that one brain? You guys saw that one brain that walked out? Oh, there it is. Let's go ahead and kill it. You have to kill it now, because if you try to kill it later when you have the other brain in your party, you will lose out. He will aggro, and then he won't be on your team anymore or whatever. You gotta go ahead and attack him now. Did we pick up a candle, by the way? Usually sometimes there's candles on these guys, and it's really useful to have a way to light your weapon on the man with them, but let's just go ahead and... Oh damn, I don't have proficiency? Whatever. Surprised. Arabellum! Pew! Hello? Can I attack with my weapon, please? What's the game doing, bro? Oh, it's not my turn. That's why I'm stupid. It's not her turn.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
There we go. Yeah.
Make way.
If you don't kill that Intellect Devourer now, your buddy later will get angry at you for doing that. Can't really break you out yet. Hand sleep is so OP. If you're not using your offhand crossbow shot, you should be pressing jump every battle, every turn, because of how much mobility it offers you. It's so powerful being able to do that. I'm gonna transform her for funsies.
As you place your
Ha ha ha. Come on, attack them.
Blood follows me everywhere.
Don't bother. You're barely dented.
Oh, I didn't even know she had dialogue on that. That's cool. There you go. See, this door lets you jump through. I don't know why that. What's up with that? Come on, I want to fail this check so badly.
The console appears. The console, but what is its purpose? Will it free the captain?
I wish I could fail this roll. I've never failed it before. I mean, the game lets you retry, but I've never failed this. I would love to fail it, but unfortunately, I'm a halfling gnome, so it's extremely unlikely that this will fail.
Connection.
In fact, we have a critical success. It wasn't critical, but it was, you know, high with modifiers, whatever.
Feel the blood shiver.
Alright. You're freed.
For that damn your mind.
Trust me. I'll keep up. Shut him. There's no time to...
Alright. Now we're going to bring you all the way back, because I need you to help me free up this brain with your guidance. How far back are they lagging? At some point, if you get too far away from them, I think they do stop following and they just stand still, but hopefully that doesn't happen. Whoops, I'm gonna jump in fire. That was no good. It's okay, we've got a healing station later. Also gonna pop some more, make some more good berries with my spell slots. Oh, I forgot, she's up there. We are here. See how fast they follow behind you?
Please. Before they return. They return.
Let's make sure Shadowheart actually has. I mean, yeah, she always has it. I'm going bless. I'm going bless and command. I mean, that's what I'm going to use my 2 spell slots on. But if it's not that, I mean, I don't know. A heal. Heals if I fail at that. I guess this is a failsafe sanctuary. Alright. Things aren't going to get too crazy anyway, but let's go. Who has the highest dex in this party? Pretty much me, which is sad to say, but I think that's the best stat you can use here.
Don't leave us. Please don't. A newborn.
You realize you're talking to an intellect devourer, a minion of the mind flayers who...
The enemy. Simon. Remove us from this body. From this case. Free us.
Get that little guidance bonus. There we go.
You notice edema, a swelling of the brain, causing pressure where it's...
Oh yeah, you get a ton of bonuses because you're the haunted one or whatever. So yeah, advantage, 3 from wisdom, D4 from guidance, 2 from medicine proficiency. It's very likely that this wins. There you go.
The brain lifts, your fingers twitch with the desire to rip its tender, moist meat to shreds.
Advantage / disadvantage. Split splatter. I've never seen this. So whenever you imagine... Hold on. I've never seen this. Wait, how do I save the game? See, this is why I don't like playing on honor mode. Because look, I want to test what this dialogue option does, and I don't want to fucking injure us later in the game, though. I mean, this isn't too hard to test. I'll do this on a later run, maybe. But yeah, I've never seen this. I could probably, like, Google it, I guess, or watch a video. Hold on. All Dark Urge interactions. All Dark Urge interactions. It's probably a YouTube video. I can probably just look up Dark Urge Us. What are these things called? Mind Flare? No, not. They're called brain thingies. Us. What am I trying to look up? BG3 brain enemies. Intellect Devourers, that's what they're called. Dark Urge Intellect Devour. On the Nautiloid. What does he do? I want to see what this cutscene looks like. We'll just have to do it later. I don't want to fuck him up. Imagine a brain full of... So you do have the ability to injure the brain to weaken it and make it more subservient and not. It's literally just. There's no point in doing this. You literally can. There's the only point to even like injuring us this way is so you could kill. You can kill the other intellect devourer on the ship up ahead. But as you can see, I already killed it and then I came back to get it. So you can just. That's pointless, you know. Also, us continues to fight with. I think us continues to fight with you even when the. Even when the mind flare turns on you after killing Zulk, Commander Zulk. So it doesn't even help you during that fight. You would think it would, because the mind flare should be able to control us to go against us, right? But no, it just stays in our party, and we can continue to fight the mind flare with us. Anyways, I'm gonna spare it for now. It's in honor mode. Technically, what you're allowed to do is you can use, or you're not allowed to do it, but. You can use what I could have done is use Task Manager. When you close the game with Task Manager, it doesn't save properly, and then I could have tried out the dialogue, but whatever.
Something behind your eyes sees it.
We must go to the helm. At the helm. To the helm.
Alright, anyways, let's go. Let's hurry this up. I've played the tutorial a million times. I don't want to dilly-dally too much. 1 HP, whatever, what the fuck, let's go. How likely is it to get proned, by the way, when it's a 1 HP worth of damage? Because it says prone is possible. I think the chance increases as you know, drop down further and further. From further and further distances, but I don't know what the exact, you know, point at which it's... Like, how does that work? Does the game even tell you what the proning probability is? Probably extremely unlikely for one, if not. Maybe it's even impossible. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's not even possible. Expectorum. Expectorum. The game gives us another mind flare. Or what is this thing called? Not mind flare. Here, go ahead and put Shield of Faith on the main character. In case, I don't know, the turn order is weird.
Ever quiet. Time to press ahead.
Time to press ahead. Does Lae'zel have anything she wants to cast?
I crave blood.
Maybe the Astral Knowledge? Proficiency in... Athletics for better shoving, I guess. Yep, for better shoving. And then I guess we'll refresh that. I guess I would like to have another cast of Mage Hand. I don't want to do anything too fancy for this setup. I mean, we'll probably like triple dash and then we'll just go. That's really about it. As long as Lae'zel triple dashes, I think that's all that matters. You can get really complicated with like pre-setups before going into a fight. I don't want to have to fucking do that too much though.
Stay in control.
Yeah, I don't really like doing that too much. So I'm just gonna triple dash and that'll be about it. I think. Maybe, yeah. Okay, let's split up these fruits now. Let's split them up into groups of 11, I guess. It doesn't matter. Yeah, let's go. Maybe us can have some? Can us even use it? Can us use items, consumables? How do I give that to you? Can you use these us? Wow, you actually can. Wow. I didn't even know you could do that. Wow. That's cool.
Let's move.
Okay. Cool. Now how do I pick them up, though? Oh, there you go. So so I can just pick them up when I click them, but if wait, where did it go? Oh, it went this. All right, so us can use. I mean, how many times is he allowed to use that in the middle of a battle? By the way, we're probably not going to end up using all of them, so I'm going to go ahead and do it again. Uses up a bonus action. Huh. Good to know. Wow, I didn't know that. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Let's get going.
Bonus action, single use. Yeah, that's cool. Kind of meaningful when us starts taking damage, but because it's very hard to heal him. You would have to like spend a throw on a healing potion otherwise. Wait, that's actually such a neat tech. You can heal Shovel with it too. Wait, Goodberry's kind of. I thought Goodberry used to be shit for the longest time, but being able to get your summons to eat these is really good. Otherwise, you would have to throw a healing potion in the middle of battle, and that costs your action. And even if it was costing a bonus action from you, that would cost your bonus action. But meanwhile, the summons bonus action, that's not a very, who cares about that resource too much? All right, cool. Yeah, I didn't even know this stuff. That's cool. All right.
We are nearing the hill. Hooping Canyon.
Oh shit! I didn't even hear her dialogue. I've never heard that. Who put you in charge?
Something the matter? Besides the obvious, that is. I'm right back.
Who put you in charge? I swear I've never heard that. Is that new? Her saying that? Anyways, let's touch this and then we go. Alright, oh no, we wanted to, let's change our loadout first. I like giving myself a shield because I'm gonna get up and close, I think, to do stuff. Probably, maybe. I mean, my dex isn't not. I don't even have proficiency either with this. Can I use bows at least? Wait, that's insane. Are druids not? Can druids not freaking use? I've never used the default. I mean, well, can druids not use crossbows? I swear, anyone could use crossbows, right? I feel like crossbows are simple weapons, are they not? They're not martials, not really. Like, how is a javelin a simple weapon? But just clicking a crossbow. I mean, crossbows were meant to be used by pretty simple. I mean, I understand you need a lot of strength to step on that, to step on this little thing at the end here. Or how do I examine? You're supposed to. I know the way it's supposed to work is, drawing it is kind of hard, and you got to put your foot here, and you've got to really pull on it. Is this how crossbows looked back in the day? This was the trigger. Anyways. But they're meant to be easier to use than you just aim and shoot, compared to a bow. Anyways, I mean, it's whatever. It's so unusual. I thought druids could use crossbows. I mean, this priest can use it, right? Hold on, let me give the priest. Where's it? See, she can use it. What's up with that? But a druid can't? I mean, I guess if I'm the only one that's not proficient, I'll hold on to short bow. I feel like I'm supposed to get like 3 crossbows by the time I get here, but maybe I'm just got unlucky with loot. pickups. Whatever. Alright, am I keeping the shield? Seriously? Yeah, I will. What the armor? I can take your armor too? Damn, that's a lot of AC. Who has the most AC? I do, because I have the most dex. I actually, because everyone else has these weirds. Yeah, this is really weird. I don't really like. What are these odd numbers, dude? I don't like that. I don't like that a lot of the characters have odd numbers in their stats. It's really shit. Like their stats are really shit because of it. Like, why is this 13, bro? I mean, I guess some ability score improvement can fix it, but usually when you're using ability score improvement, you're trying to just click one ability twice. So even in the state where you're trying to have odd numbers, it's, I don't know, it's just weird. But I guess in a world where I get ability score improvement, I could have gone like 17, 16, 15. And then bump this up to 18 and then bump this up to 16. That would be a reason to go like 17, 16, 15 in your stat spread. Just for ability score improvement. But like I said, usually you just want to press some shit twice, you know? So it's weird. Anyways. Who's gonna be fighting? Who's gonna be doing what? I think Shadowheart's gonna be standing pretty far back, just doing range stuff. Meanwhile, how do I want to spend my spell slots? I don't even remember. I want to kill Zulk. If we can't steal his weapon, I for sure want to be able to kill him at least. I don't want to try hard this too much. I mean, all I want is that burning sword. That's all I want out of this fight, really. And I don't want to try hard too much. Like, we're not going all the way to the Cambion kills, for example, which would require too much setup and shit. I'm either taking his sword, and if I do, I'm leaving. Or if his sword doesn't drop from 2 command drops, then we are going to instead attempt to kill him. So how do I set myself up to do that the best? This is a wisdom saving throw. So we would want to somehow apply wisdom saving throw disadvantage on him. What are the ways to do that? I know one of them is daze. I know one of them is daze on Lae'zel. So we should actually probably use this, because this has daze. Wisdom saving throws, yeah. Wisdom saving throw disadvantage. And to set that up, we probably want to give this Lae'zel advantage on her butt attack, pommel strike. How do we give it advantage on an attack roll? This fog cloud doesn't have any saving throw. If they're in the fog cloud, they're blinded. So we'll go fog cloud into pommel strike into 2 commands with him having disadvantage, and then that'll be our best attempts to steal his burning blade. Unless there's a better way to do this. I don't think there is. This is possibly entangling them. I'm not trying to take chances on that. We're going fog cloud. Oh yeah, and by the way, let's give everyone running with Longstrider. If fog cloud is successful, what's my second cast gonna be? Oh, maybe no. Fairy fire is way better. Fairy fire is way better. It's basically the same thing, but it stays there for 10 turns. It stays on the enemies for 10 turns. Yeah. We can just go, yeah, we can go Fairy Fire then. And we want to maintain concentration on that. This is basically the character that has the most important concentration check to maintain, so I'm going to go ahead and... I'm going to go ahead and give, him the most give my character the most armor then. Yeah, and I already had the most dex anyway, which is 14. We're not going to maintain Shield of Faith. That concentration's probably going to block. It's probably going to drop at some point, but presuming I have to use 2 commands, then it's staying on, you know. But in a perfect world, I get to do a command drop into Bless, and then attempt to kill Zulk. Worst case scenario, we have to command drop twice, and then we're going to go ahead and just sit on this concentration on Shadowheart. So I'm going to be concentrating on Fairy Fire. Shadowheart's going to be concentrating on Shield of Tyr, I think it's called. Shield of Faith, whatever it's called. Shield of Faith. I know the sword is the one that gives Shield of Tyr instead, but it's the same status effect. And yeah, we all got a bunch of good berries, so if we get hurt, you know, there's that. We're just going to keep the longsword because we want the pommel strike. I mean, there's no other way to give disadvantage on saving wisdom saving throws otherwise, is there? What other ways are there to give disadvantage on saving throws other than the daze status effect? Oh, by the way, this mace can provide daze also. So maybe I should give that to my character? Can I shilly lock that? I can't. I guess what I could do is maybe have Lae'zel swap if the... I mean, that's so clunky, though. But I guess I could have her swap and use the mace instead. Because technically, she has more strength to use it properly. I mean, that's just so awkward, though. We'll go Concussive Smash, I guess. Then... It feels so awkward, though, just to reattempt the daze, though. How long does this last, by the way? 2 turns? And this lasts 2 turns? I mean, either which way, it's gonna be... I don't know. This does more damage, though. So I'll try to get a Pommel Strike off instead. Okay. I think we're ready to go. You go ahead and hold on to this. I think we're ready to go. Oh yeah, I think I'm ready to go. I think this is as good as it's getting.
No time to rest. At the ready.
We're gonna make sure Lae'zel is triple dashed. Quadruple even. What's her movement speed now? 36? Yeah, 36 should be it.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
I'd like us to be dashed up as well. Okay, and I think we're ready to go now. I guess I could shilly lock. Just do that. We're not gonna try hard too much. Oh yeah, I wanted the dip. Dip would be nice. We're gonna go ahead and dip then. But it's whatever.
My faith will guide me.
Use every advantage. You're right about that. Just go in now. I think I'm ready. Do it. Alright, what's this turn order? It's alright. Alright.
So much for these.
First things first, we're gonna go ahead and Fairy Fire. We're gonna go ahead and Fairy... Can Lae'zel get over to him, by the way?
Finish this.
I need to make sure she can. Oh no, she doesn't have Enhanced Leap. Oh, and she also lost all 36 meters of her movement, bro. Ah, fuck. Ah, fuck, bro. You don't have Enhanced Leap. Why don't I... That's the most important thing, is to have that. Is to have that fucking shit on, bro.
Blood comes easy these
Alright, am I gonna just Enhance Leap? And I don't even have Long Strider on anyone. Oh, fuck, bro. I forgot to Long Strider everyone, too. This is fucked. Alright. I'm gonna waste a spell slot because, like... I have to get her over there. I have to start, you know, I gotta get this cast off now. Alright, yeah.
Back to it.
Time to strike.
There we go. That's what I need. Okay. But now I have to wait until Fairy... Now I have to wait until Fairy Fire, though. Because I want this Pommel Strike to land. Ugh. Whatever. Maybe that was the wrong order, then. Whatever, bro. I guess we'll Fire Dip, and then we'll get ready to thwack people with this. 5 to 15, yeah.
Another step forward.
You just go ahead and start hitting up random people, I guess, like this guy. Oh, damn, you got critted. That was nice.
Nothing important is ever
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. What's the turn order, by the way? Zalt goes first. Can we do the shove opportunity attack trick, or is the turn order bad for it? Let me think. So, if any of us shove him right now, he's just gonna get back onto Zulk. Shadowheart is in the perfect position though to shove him, to shove our friend here, because it'll be after he had moved, and then Zulk. Yeah, okay. So Shadowheart needs to get real close now. Just realized Shadowheart needs to get real close. I'm gonna start shoving the alien with Shadowheart them.
never a dull moment.
What am I doing with Lae'zel? I mean, I already got Enhanced Leap, so we're gonna go ahead and come over here and kill this thing, I guess. Whoops. What does off balance do, by the way? Strength and dexterity checks and attack rolls against have advantage. Shit, we could have just used off balance to set up our Pommel Strike. I'm realizing. Ah, whatever, bro. We could have jumped him and then tried to do rush attack onto him. It's too late for that now. I already made the jump, so we'll just do a regular attack here. Kill this thing.
Taking position.
Yes! Landed the stun. Alright. We're not going to do command drop yet. We want to maximize our chances by getting a dazed effect on him. So we're going to wait until we get that off. Yago gabi, yago bi ba bo bi ba boo bear. Alright, solid damage. I guess. Oh, wait, stop. I want you to jump. No. The jump's kind of fucked here, anyways. Okay, I guess we're not doing anything with our bonus action. Alright, I want a Fairy Fire. I want Lae'zel to Pommel Strike, and then I want Shadowheart to Command Drop. So that leaves just us to finish this thing off, basically. Okay, whatever. Let's go. Now we head over to Zulk and we're gonna go kill Zulk. Or at least try to. Are we looting these people, by the way? Sure. Let's loot whoever we can, you know, get along the way. Let's go ahead and do this. Even this thing is affected by fairy fire, huh? Alright. And what's our bonus action? Just jumping? Sure. We're gonna head over to him now. Start opportunity attacking him. Alright. I want to pummel strike him. What's that look like? 64? What's this do? I already have advantage, don't I? Yeah. So we'll just pummel strike now. Do it? Yeah. This is our one chance to do it. Do it. What can we do with our action though? Let's lacerate. Do sources of advantage stack? I don't think they do. Even if he's off balance, it's not gonna do anything. Okay, we're gonna go in here and hit him up. And pummel strike. Yes, we landed the days. All right, there we go. There we go. That's gonna be our opportunity to command drop now. Now that we landed the days. Alright, time to do it now. Command drop. And we have now a 80%. Isn't it usually 50-50? But it is now 80% because he is dazed. So this is how you increase your chances of landing that command drop, guys, is to get him dazed. And there we go. Of course that landed because we have advantage, right? Yep, there we go. Or he has disadvantage on his saving throw. Not that we have advantage. It's kind of the same thing, I think. What happens if you have advantage on your attack roll and then they have disadvantage on their? I mean, I guess these things don't stack is ultimately what ends up happening. These things don't just stack. Anyways, nice 80% chance.
All of them.
They're dying for me, all of them. I've never heard of female Dark Urge. That's unusual. I've never heard that. I think now that he's dropped, we want to go ahead and give Bless to our alien friend here, then to Lae'zel, and then who's the third person who's going to get it? Maybe us, but it could be me instead with my Shilly Lock. We'll see. Ideally, I want to shove him, but I'm not close enough, so we can start getting opportunity attacks. Am I going to dip fire in here one last time? No, it'll move me too far away. I'm just going to jump here. Just to get closer and start pushing our alien friend. What armor does she have on, by the way? Jeweled leather armor. Okay. How many turns do we have left now? 13? That's a good amount of time to kill this guy. We might even be able to kill the Mind Flare afterwards. We've got a Fairy Fire on him, so.
Behold, dance of death.
Behold the dance of death. That's funny. I like this way better than male Dark Urge. I get tired listening to the male voice lines, I guess that's why. Alright, let's go.
Can't stay idle.
Alright, the plan is just to whip his ass now. Right? Just whip his ass. Can I reach him? Does the game let me reach him? Ooh, we had a prone too. Can't take actions, bonus actions, or reactions, and has disadvantage on strength and dex saving throws. Has advantage if they're made within 3 meters. Prone creature must spend half its movement to stand up. We're gonna wait till Lae'zel has her burning sword equipped to attempt to prone him. Because right now she's going to go ahead and pick up his weapon. Let's start with that, actually. And let's equip that on. What's important is that this weapon, since it's magical, it pierces his resistances, so it's kind of important. The fact that it's dip and fire doesn't matter as much, but yeah. We're going to equip that. We've already used our pommel strike. What are we going to do with our bonus action? I don't know. We're just going to shove him closer, I guess. Or farther away, I guess. Whatever. By the way, I'm going to be prepared to opportunity attack him. After we shove our alien friend this way. Okay. Did Us always have 27 HP? I thought he had 32 for some reason.
What now?
Okay, my turn now. And what am I doing? Gonna hit him up with my Shilly Lock. Does Shilly Lock allow me to pierce through... Creature's weapon is magical. Does it allow me to pierce through his armor then? With Shilly Lock? Because he has physical resistances, but I have... Hold on, do I need to jump? I probably need to jump here. Yeah. Man, Us is kind of blocking me here. Yeah, we're hitting for the full damage. He's not reducing it by half, you know. How is this a reroll? Oh, because I have advantage. Oh no, I actually did land the one, huh? Yo, Halfling Luck has procced so many times during this. It's crazy. So I landed a 1 and a 9, and then I guess the 1 rerolled into a 19. Anyways, Halfling Luck thinks. Halfling Luck is awesome. Wait, I don't have enough room to shove him properly. Hold on, I gotta sort of move out of the way here. There we go. I think that's good. I'm real nice and close. Okay. Now we have to shove our alien friend here. Shadowheart has to be the one to do that. And then what am I doing with my action? I wanted to bless, right? We wanted to go ahead and start blessing. So you, and then honestly, I think who does the most damage? Us hits for 2d4, which is 2 to 8 damage. We'll say that's 5 damage on average. Plus 2, so 7 damage on average. Then that gets reduced to 3. Meanwhile, I'm hitting... So he hits for 3 damage on average. Meanwhile, I'm hitting for what? I'm not... Since I have Shilly Lock, this damage isn't getting reduced, and I'm hitting for my full amount. You know, 1d8, which is... Perhaps I should unequip the shield, because then I could deal more damage with two-handing. But anyways, I hit for yeah, maybe I should do that. But anyways, I hit for 1d8, which is 4.5 on average, plus the 3. 4.5 plus 3 is 7.5. 7.5 damage on average, and it's not getting reduced. Also, I can fire dip, and he can't. But I mean, there's no fires nearby anymore now. So, no fires anymore. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and bless this, and this, and not us then. I'm gonna go ahead and kill Zulk here. Get everyone blessed up. Hit that shove here to get the opportunity attacks going. And if I could just get a little bit better of an angle, that's fine, I guess. And then let me also opportunity attack also. And yeah, let's go. 4 opportunity attacks. Yeah, where's Us's opportunity attack? Hello? Yo, why is your attack range so high? What the fuck is that?
another fight.
Yo, turn on all the... Get all the opportunity attacks going. What's going on here?
Swift and lethal.
Yes, please ask, so I can, like, know that it's actually happening. Alright, there we go. Wait, was my reaction already consumed, though? Wait, I guess it was. I was How am I missing a reaction? Does Us not have a reaction? I think he does. Yeah, he does. He does. Wait, how was Shadowheart's reaction consumed? She didn't even opportunity attack. I did an opportunity attack. I don't know what it was. Reaction got consumed by. Whatever. Whatever. Alright, let's just keep hitting him up. Keep smacking him, swacking him, thwacking him, you know? I'm gonna try to push him back, actually. That would be nice if I could push him back. But anyways, let's start toppling. I'm ready to topple. Great. We hit that prone. Have advantage. I mean, we already had advantage. But anyways, I don't know. Why did we do that? There was actually no point to doing that. There was actually no point to doing that. Oh, I guess we can't move or take... No, he's gonna get back up, isn't he? Does that make him hit the alien for less damage or what? I don't understand how that works. Maybe that topple wasn't worth it. Anyways, it is what it is. It happened. I'm gonna move him after we attack. I'm gonna go ahead and shove him after we attack. Who has a pointless bonus action? Kind of everyone. All right. Huh. What the fuck, bro? He's prone. Missing a prone enemy is the goofiest shit ever, man. Whatever. Let me see. So who's gonna push him?
Time to strike.
Can't even catch my breath.
Yeah, I barely moved him. Whatever. Okay, we're gonna shove you back out of the way. And then how will I use my attack on... What's my best attack on Zulk here? Is it dazed? I mean, no. What is it? Gaping wounds would be pretty good. Yeah, gaping wounds. Target is how's he still too close? Yeah, gaping wounds would be pretty nice. Let's apply that then. Nice. So I'll get close again to activate opportunities of attack. Alright, so yeah, his turn got skipped there. Alright, the Cambions are in now. He's pretty close to dying, I think. He's getting pretty low. We're gonna keep smacking him up. Fuck, why did I do that? Fucking hell. Oh my god, we almost lost Fairy Fire there. Alright. That's what the good berries are for. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to get out of threatened range. The terrain here is kind of wonky. Whatever. We got lucky. Just end all our turns. We're already in proper positions anyway, right? Nice crit there. You know, I was actually just doing a pro gamer move. I mean, if we were going to do that, we actually should have used Lae'zel, but... You know, I was actually just doing a pro gamer move, so I can move out of his opportunity attack range with with Shadowheart, and so I can get the push again. You know, that's actually what I was doing, right, guys? Oh wait, they lose their AC bonus from armor. Okay, I should actually pop this. Whatever. Okay. Come on, why are you missing when I gave you a blessing? Uh-oh, these guys are getting closer.
Come a little closer.
Why aren't these guys flying? Don't they have wings? I know they can fly. There we go. Opportunity attack. Boom. Why is no one else getting opportunity attack, bro? What? Lae'zel should have gotten one. What did she use her reaction on? I don't understand, bro. I don't understand what's going on.
Despite everything,
We're in him for fat damage, though. I love it. Alright, I think it's time to consume his opportunity attack and start spawning in the new enemies. I think it's time. The Cambions are they're gonna hit someone now, I think, at this point, so. Us can take a little bit of damage. 6 damage is not a lot. Also, he's allowed to just walk over here without spawning in the new enemies, huh? Because he doesn't count as a character. Okay. Yeah, he's almost dead now. Let's just spawn them in. Well, I want him to keep hitting Zulk here. Dude, if that one attack didn't miss... Okay, that was... If that one attack didn't miss, then we would have had, yeah. Okay, let's spawn them in now. We have to spawn them in, or otherwise... The moment this attack lands and he dies... The moment this attack lands and he dies, this guy will go aggro if we don't, otherwise. So let's do that. And then, yeah, he's pretty much almost dead. We're gonna go ahead and kill him. With a... What do we do? Sacred? No. Just do this. We already have Fairy Fire on him. Wish I could dip Flame somewhere, but I can't. Miss. Alright, whatever. Oh, wait, I had a little bit more movement in there, in my character still. Why did I do that? Dashing, they're still dashing. Oh, he can actually hit someone. Don't hit Lae'zel, please. Okay, whatever. Miss. Wait, why is she hitting... Why are you hitting characters now? What's going on? Why are you hitting characters now? I thought you were gonna keep hitting the Mind Flare. Well, if she actually dies, I can't use a revive scroll, so I can't have her actually dying. I have to help her get up. That's terrible. Alright, let's start clearing these guys.
I want to give in.
Can you please just die now? There you go. And then I have to help her up. Someone has to help her up. You do it, Lae'zel. Or I can give her a good. I can't really give her a good berry. How do I do this? Someone has to throw an HP pot into her. Someone has to do something. I'm just gonna pop a good berry and keep it moving.
Find a way forward.
I have to get away from the Cambions. Us can like tank all 1v3 there. Ooh, there we go. They're beefing. Okay, I have to help her up. I'll just do a regular help, yeah.
Let's get you up.
And should I shove you to safety? I'm gonna do that. And then for the remainder of the game, I'm pretty much just gonna let these guys duke it out in the here. And then I'm gonna try to get the last hit on the Mind Flayer. I don't really intend to kill any of the Cambions. They're too hard to kill. And then I'm gonna keep us safe by fighting the low trash mobs in the back here, letting them just solo them essentially. Dead. Okay.
Time to push my luck again.
You know, if I didn't waste that enhanced leap earlier, I could have fairy fired here again. I love how I'm putting fairy fire on an ally enemy here. That's gonna make him die faster, so we can swoop up his death. But yeah. I mean, do I just start shooting at him now? Just yeah.
These boots have seen everything.
I think I just start shooting at him now. There's also some fire nearby that I can use, maybe. I don't want to get too close to these guys, though. I'm just going to start taking pot shots at him.
I am death. My path be true.
Oh, I could have dipped in fire. Whatever.
On my way.
Dang it. I missed out on damage. Whatever. Oh, wait, hey, get away. Get away, get away. What are you doing? What are these guys doing? Get away from me. Wait, is us gonna actually die here? It's possible.
All of them.
Is it time to get out of here? I mean, this guy's on Lae'zel's ass now. Might be time to get out of here. I think it's probably time to get out. I'm gonna start dashing, maybe. Or, I don't know. Let's help out, this guy. I'm gonna go ahead and help. I'm gonna get her out of here. And you can go and hit me, I guess. I'll just have to take it. Again? Okay. I mean, I guess I can cancel out their attacks over and over again. Anyways.
Another day, another night. Damn you things. I need to reach the transponder.
Don't want us dying, so I'm gonna get him far away as possible from the action.
Well, that's gratitude for you.
And we're gonna go ahead and keep helping, and we basically can never die here because it's 2 people and he only has 1 attack. Should probably shove him away. What's my chance though? 40? Yeah, whatever. Maybe we'll go back in. Who knows? With the sneaking us.
Time to push my luck again.
27 HP. I want to snap that up. Where's my hurl flame? Where the hell's my hurl flame? Isn't it always supposed to be here? Where the hell's hurl flame? Whatever. Whatever. Oh, he's angry now. Oh yeah, because we killed the last imp. I mean, we kind of needed to. I'd really love to snipe that kill, man. We're gonna keep helping her up, sure. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. There we go. There's my damage. I'm getting some damage in, maybe. Does he see us now? I think he does. And it looks like he's pathing towards us. I think we gotta get the fuck out. Us cannot die. I cannot have us dying here. He really wants to kill us. Looks like. We just have to be within a dash's range here, and then I'm willing to like linger. If he hits me though, it's kind of fucked. I gotta get out of here too though. Yeah, we'll just dash.
On my way.
I want to keep stalling around, because if I can last hit this guy, that'd be really cool. If we prepped this properly, we could have easily killed both Cambions and the Mind Flayer, though. Druid is really good for this. Am I going to help her up? Yeah, sure. Maybe try to bait another attack, I don't know. This is where I'd love to have had her with a bonus action attack. She would actually be putting damage into this guy. Not that it would really freaking matter, but she could do that. Alright. Lae'zel, you gotta be the one to scoop up the kill. Alright. Alright, come on, just one lucky crit on this Mind Flayer and then I get it. That'd be really nice. Can he touch the transponder?
This creature can't activate the
Oh.
transponder.
I was about to say, I've never had him try, attempt it. What are we doing here? Oh, I don't even have my action because I got helped back up. Oh shit, she could easily die then. Wait, will these die? Will she die if she washes up on the beach? I hope to God not. Alright, how do I get the fuck out of here?
Make way.
Like this? Ooh, okay, because he was... Okay, that was good for us. Okay, miss. Now I'm gonna throw a healing pot just in case she... Because if she washes up on the beach dead, Shadowheart is dead for the run, so... Okay, perfect. Throw HP pot on Shadowheart. That miss saved the run there. Save these characters from dying. I mean, if they died, I would just have to play on it. Yeah, so we're ready to touch the transponder. Just throw an HP pot on her, get her back up, and then go touch the transponder, and then... We got everything we'd ever wanted. We killed Zulk. We killed the Mind Flayer. We're gonna get level 2 here, I think. Like, we're pretty close to it, actually. Yeah, we killed Zulk. We killed the Mind Flayer. That's a lot of EXP. When did Zulk die? When did Zulk die? $75 EXP. Very nice. That's a lot. See, I'm gonna use throw here. Wait, you can throw a good berry? Does this work? Hold on. I mean, I'm not gonna try. I'm not even gonna try because it could get fucky. But I guess I'll. I mean, I'll do this. But like, wait, this doesn't do anything, does it? This won't do anything. That's not how good berries work. They have to be consumed. Okay. Let's just stop fucking around.
In my best interest.
There we go. Back up. And then, I don't know, I'll eat a good berry. I think you get full HP when you get on the beach anyways, but whatever.
I want to give in.
Right, let's go. We're out of here. That was a great outcome. What more can you hope? Druid is what makes that possible. Druid's really nice. With the Fairy Fire, just getting constant advantage. Alright, so yeah, if you let the Cambions kill him off, as long as he's not considered an ally anymore, as he dies, then you will get his EXP. Yeah, that's nice. We got 75 EXP for letting the Cambions kill him. You can pretty consistently get that off. With enough luck, maybe even an extra Cambion kill. Getting 2 Cambions is kind of difficult. I think if you want to get 2 Cambions, you're going to need to like do some barrel shenanigans. Let's watch all the cutscenes, because why not? I know who all these characters are now. That's, you know, Minthara. What's his name? I don't even know what this goblin's name is. This is Drow Raglan. That's the bridge that comes out of the goblin camp. We know how that, you know what that is. We saw the girl on her telescope near the Druid village. Here's my Joker-ass looking self. There's a Mind Flayer looking at me right there. Piece of debris hits my head, I fall down. And as I'm about to hit the beach and basically die, because, yeah, that would probably kill a person landing like that, we get saved by a mysterious force. Now, what I want to fucking know is how all the other companions in this game got saved. How did they survive the crash? How did they survive? I guess they're just... I don't know, they're lucky, I guess. Look at my shilly locked staff. It's still shilly locked right now. I should have been two-handing that bit. Should have been two-handing that bit.
Memories to return once you are free of the Mind Flayer ship. Your past is still an aching void. If you don't find a way to remove the tadpole burrowed in your brain soon, your future will be as blank as your past. Your head whispers vengeance. You cannot wait to slice your way forth, seeking whatever wrought this tragedy upon you.
Moving in.
See, I'm pretty sure if I left my companions downed as I left that place, they would have washed up dead on the shore here, and that would have sucked. I wouldn't, because we can't use a revive scroll. That's part of our rules. Alrighty.
Drink in, since you know nothing of why, but you find a half smile filtering across your face. As soon as you delve into your mind, there is something
Alright, cool. Excuse me. Alright, level up. Yeah, we're already level 2. Because we killed Mind Flare and Zulk. And this is where we get to decide what druid we want to be. I think it's just Circle the Moon, right? Even though it's kind of fucking useless until level 10. Polar Bear. Polar Bear Wild Shape's not that good, man. Give me the minus 10 hit points. Give me the minus 10 hit points. Give me the... What's the bear's DC? 12? Give me the extra 2D... What is the spider's DC? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Give me the spider. I need it for Enwebbing. Enwebbing's OP. Yeah, it's still Circle the Moon. We're gonna go Circle the Moon. That was the plan. Why is this highlighted? Oh, because we have it equipped. Doesn't matter. Why does the game even let you click your prepared spells when you're leveling up? It doesn't fucking... It's as if you're trying to like, oh, you can only pick 5 out of these. No, you have access to all of them. I guess it does say that. It does say that right here, but I don't know. Like, what's the point of selecting these here? You can do that not in the level up screen. Anyway, Circle the Moon is the plan. You don't keep all your spell slots, by the way, when you land on the beach, which kind of sucks, but I mean, we had to use them. We had to use them there in that battle. Alright, so we accept. Unless we want to start multi-classing now. I think we made a decision to not do that earlier, but I mean, if I wanted to, I would have to go Sorcerer, because I have to end on Wizard. What would I get? I get Armor of Agathis. That'd be really good. Yeah, we would get Armor of Agathis. Armor of Agathis is kind of juice early on, even at just 5 points of armor. I mean, ideally, you wanna press. It sounds a bit weird, but when you do this, when you use Armor of Agathis early, what you want to do is you actually want to press. You want to press Blade Ward, and then you want to just use your offhand attack, and you want it to hit pretty juicily too. So you probably want to be using a torch with like Shilly Lock or something, or just like a torch. Just a torch is good usually. Just a regular old torch. It'll deal 2d. It'll deal 2d4 damage, which is pretty good for an offhand attack. 1d4 in physical and 1d4 in fire. Even just that, and it's solid. Blade Ward, yeah. Have Armor of Agathis up, Blade Ward, so you can hopefully get 2 procs of the Armor of Agathis. You don't need a Blade Ward if you're down to like 1 HP on the Armor of Agathis, obviously, because at that point you're not extending the shield by an extra attack worth of HP or damage hit back. And then yeah, use your offhand crossbow or torch if you don't have an offhand crossbow yet. Early game, and it's really solid. You wreck goblins that way. Any melee goblins. But yeah, if I were to multi-class right now, we would be doing this. What would I pick here, by the way? Probably shield. Shield and what else? What else is meaningful here that Druid doesn't get? Sleep's pretty strong early on. Could be sleep. That gives you a guaranteed crit, by the way. It's so overpowered. But we're not doing that. Circle of the Land, and then we get another cantrip here. Thorn Whip's solid. I guess I'll take that. It's a pool. It's a pool if I ever need a pool. I don't really find any of these useful, ever, though. Alright. Are we gonna end the stream here? We've been streaming quite a while, mostly because I took up a lot of the time in the fucking character creation. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. We'll pick back up here after, you know, doing that tutorial. We'll pick up back where we, you know, in this spot. I decided what I want to do with this run, though. And that is just finish the run. Finish this run. That's the title of this save file, is just finish this run. That's all I want to do. Actually beat this game, you know. We'll do a regular old run. We'll use all 4 party members. We won't retreat from battle, though. I'll never do that. I'm never retreating from battle. Limited long rests per inspiration point. That feels thematic. And then we had one more rule. I was thinking about. Limited long rests. No escaping from battle, so no like kiting out, cheese shit. Like play the combats properly, and then what else? No respecking. And that's really about it, honestly. Alright. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.